tonight's episode, we're at one of the most haunted places in all of America, the completely abandoned Norwich Asylum here in Norwich, Connecticut.
So we did electric shock therapy, lobotomies, sterilizations. I don't go in that building alone. I don't. I will never be in that building alone again.
So somebody tried to murder you while you were here a year or two ago.
Yeah, June 4th, 2022.
That's crazy.
I know.
So there were two here in this building alone? A month.
A month.
Wait, where did that come from?
I just saw the thing, Kyle. Holy crap, I just saw the thing. Is that my smoke?
Oh my gosh.
Please be with us this evening as we visit a place that truly has been touched by an unspeakable darkness.
Was that door open last time?
I don't like investigators.
Yo, what the f, bro? Something just came in here. Both Connor and I just have a really bad feeling right now.
I'm here.
Scream.
Oh, no.
On tonight's episode of the Paranormal Files, we're at one of the most haunted and most terrifying places in all of America, the completely abandoned Norwich Asylum here in Norwich, Connecticut. This building is incredibly creepy, with thousands of deaths having happened here, experimental surgeries and procedures being done on the patients, and all sorts of terrible and torturous things happening on this campus. It's no wonder this place is known as being one of the most haunted spots on the entire East Coast. So join us tonight on this very scary and exciting episode of the Paranormal Files. I just have to tell you guys, we haven't done a true abandoned building like this in a long time, and this is horrifying. We are really right now out, completely exposed. Anybody could come in here at any time. There's no security for us. There are no gates here on the property. We've already been warned that anybody... Are you f***ing kidding me, bro? The moment I said that, look at someone just... Huh. You see that? No fucking way, right when I said that. So anybody could be breaking in at any time. This is a dangerous investigation. I want to warn everybody watching online, please do not attempt to replicate the actions you see in this film. Do not do what we're doing right now, because this is about to get intense. Also, to add in here, the property manager was almost murdered here at this very property right over there less than 2 years ago. So anyways, let's buckle in. Welcome to the Paranormal Files. All right, guys, so we today are at one of the scariest places in all of America. Ooh, the Norwich Asylum here in Norwich, Connecticut. Now, this is a place that I've heard about from pretty much everybody I know that investigates the paranormal, and every single person has said that this place has some of the most terrifying, intense energy of really any building in the United States. So, I know it's been a long time since we've done an asylum.
It's been a really long time.
Yeah, almost a year. And we didn't even do it for our own channel. We did Penhurst with Project Fear. That was our last asylum.
And that was an interesting one.
Definitely, I will say, it is a very, very spooky looking day right now. With the cemetery right when I said that. Oh shit, bro, there's a building right there.
Look at this.
Oh god, dude. Oh my god, that's dope. Holy shit. Bro, this is
You think that's a part of it?
Yeah. Did you see that other? Look at, dude, this is all part of it. Oh my god. That is creepy.
Like...
Oh shit, here we f***ing go, man. Look at to your right. Oh my god, I didn't even see that one.
And all back here too.
Oh, dude. here.
Oh shit, there's a guy right there.
Huh? What the f is that?
Oh, I guess he works here. He's closing the gate.
Well, oh my god, bro.
This does remind me of Penhurst.
This is spooky, dude. Holy shit. Well,
Alright.
wow. Alright, man. This is fucking creepy. Just us two alone in here tonight?
God.
Alright. I guess.
Norwich Asylum. This place, definitely one of the creepier spots on this trip that we did. Just how dark it is. And it's asylum. So many dark things have happened in there, even when it was in operation. Murders. I mean, the caretaker was telling us 2 a month on average. That's a lot of death that has happened in this place. And that was just in one building. I mean, the history of this place is absolutely insane. The history still is going on to this day. I mean, we don't know. If we go in there, we might get murdered. And I feel like that's very, very scary.
Yeah, no shit. Norwich Asylum. A place some people that I know personally claim to be the scariest location they've ever investigated. Now, the history of asylums is just terrible. With the treatment of people back in the day, how they viewed mental illness and mental disorders, and the practices that went on in these places. I mean, it's just savage and just brutal. So with a place like Norwich that's been abandoned for a while now, and a place where things like eugenics took place, where experimental procedures happened, and a lot of the records have been lost, there's hundreds, thousands of souls that are confined to those buildings. I don't know how we can help them, but we definitely wanted to talk to them. And I mean, just rolling up there that day, it was a cold, stormy, windy day. And there was a chill in the air. There was something wrong. Something wrong from the very beginning. I mean, just recently, the woman who manages the property, Shannon, she had an attempt on her life. Locals who are angry about the ghost hunting that goes on there literally fired shots at her with a gun while she was sitting at the front door of the asylum where our tour started. So obviously we were a little on edge, but this historical tour is crazy interesting. It's crazy dark. Viewer discretion is advised for this because it gets disturbing and it's pretty sad, but let's check into the asylum.
Hi, welcome. I'm Shannon, and I'm the caretaker at Norwich State Hospital. And we are standing in front of the Lippet building, which was built in 1921, and it was the second psychopathic building in the country that specifically treated mental health issues. And we're gonna take a tour. Check out.
Probably.
Norwich Asylum.
Alright, so now we have to watch it. This building is in disrepair. Unfortunately, a lot of leaky issues here. So if you know, Norwich State Hospital is a criminally insane hospital. It opened in 1904, October 10th, exactly. And it closed on October 10th, 1996. We treated the criminally insane through 1971. And both of those buildings shut down. They were the first to go. And we had, after 1921, when this building was built, this was the very first stop that anyone who was committed here would come. And specifically, it was to give tests, x-rays, to rule out any physical injury. And they went through a whole system in here to make sure to see what was going on in their head. They would stay here, but it was also for treatment during their stay as well. So we did electric shock therapy, they did lobotomies, sterilizations for eugenics, and everything was like the hub was this building right here. And it shut down as a psychopathic building in 1979 and then turned into a methadone clinic for the hospital. our main intersection right here. If you scroll down this way, that would be to the men's ward. And then, so they're marked off by little corridors that are they're open now, but they're interesting. And then to the, behind you here, that would be the female side. And then straight to the back is where the fun begins, I guess you could say.
What kind of fun are we talking about here?
Well, it depends if you're very interested into the history. If you know lobotomies.
Yeah.
So we know, like, with the history of mental health, and everyone talks about how abusive everything was, and they focus on the abuse back in the day, but I'd like to say in hindsight is 2020. You know, going back into those days in the 1800s, early 1900s, you have no knowledge. You have to figure it out. So these experiments that we say is horrible now, obviously back then, they were trying to help people. They didn't have anesthesia like we have. They didn't have the knowledge that we have now, and we still do experimental treatments. The issue is they didn't have consent. If you were committed, if you were any kind of mentally defective is the terminology they would use, you did not have the right to consent to anything. Consent laws didn't happen in the state in the country until the 70s. And so now that's our big difference. Now we can elect to be a part of any experimental procedures. Back then they didn't. 90% of the women who were committed to most asylums, especially here, were for hysteria, meaning they had their period and their husbands didn't like it, or they were just emotional. They were in for that, and schizophrenia. They treated them with hydrotherapy most of the time. We can get into that, but we had multiple lobotomies, which if you want to see the lobotomy room, we'll start there and then we'll get there. I have not seen this that's flooded into the wall. So it's very simple. This is your lobotomy room if you want to get a shot.
Ugh.
Yeah. This is pretty bad too. It has not been like this. I've never actually seen it.
I told you it's moist.
I've never seen it in this shape. The windows, the ceiling, the roof has slipped. So sadly, it's not. We still have a rug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absorb some of the water.
It's very, very absorbent. Yes. So if you come in here, when we first started, when I was exploring here and we first started cleaning, this was all covered with drywall and plaster. We found subway tile behind one of the walls, and we're like, let's see what this is. So we knocked down the walls and uncovered all of this here. And all of these valves I wanted to salvage, so I removed them. They're all in my house. Everything, a lot of stuff from this hospital is in my house, and no, my house isn't haunted, unfortunately. We've had some weird things, but no. So people have just recently smashed out those windows. Those windows were good. But we have, if you want to see, this would be kind of cool. I can send it to you too. So this is where, let me do this real quick, if I can find it. We have a before and after, and there's pictures from this room. So if you're standing right here,
Wow.
that's the exact room. So that's how they would do their procedures. You have the nook there, and then the door here. And the coolest thing is when we were uncovering this, we saw there were boots in this wall when we opened it up. And there's an old, going back to 600 BC, they had an old tradition where you would put boots in any kind of structure. You would close in boots somewhere in the wall, and it was usually the central location or any location where they felt would trap evil in and make sure that the evil wasn't going into the homes or something like that. And they're usually shoes or any kind of boots, shoes that were formed to a living person at one time. So it was definitely really old. I'm not sure exactly where they were boots from about 1921 in that area. So I feel that when they remodeled it for the methadone clinic, because they put up a lot of new walls, that they moved them into this room. And it was kind of ironic that it was the lobotomy room that they used the most, but those are also in my house because my whole goal was if we got to save this building, I would move them into another room, but it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to do that. So the lobotomies, if you know that it was, they would basically put you into electric shock first, and then you were out, basically. And pretty much an ice pick. An ice pick and a hammer is what they would just pop right into your eye. And they would just dissect, they would move it around. It was meant to cut into certain areas, and they thought it would help you. Thought it would help you get through any kind of mental problems that you were having. It most of the time just caused you to be brain dead in a sense, so it didn't work out too well. We did a lot at the very beginning. We did an electric shock therapy treatment that was so severe that it would dislocate shoulders and spines. They ended up stopping that method because it was so dangerous that sometimes people couldn't even move anymore. It would break their backs. So they did cease that altogether, but everything else. So there was about, I think they said there was only 56 lobotomies that actually occurred in this hospital. I feel that that number is a lot higher than what they claim to be. Same with the sterilizations, just because a lot of the records that they found from patients.
Oh my gosh, you just scared me, bro.
A lot of the records that have been found afterwards, when you go in, the patients' families can go and find them. They were missing key chunks of time periods where they went in, patients went in with their teeth, but then they had their teeth removed, but those sections are not in there in the records. So that was a big area. If you're missing months of paperwork, then obviously something was going on and that they're not going to do. But
Am I tripping out? Did you see that door just move?
It's the wind that keeps going.
Oh, I just looked up and I saw it.
I mean, you never know. Who knows?
There you go.
It's so sad.
It's
Like seeing a building that was like so beautiful at one point just to be destroyed by people.
It's well, being destroyed like this, and then weather. They were boarded up originally. And then we're on a wetlands, and right behind us is the Thames River, and how it comes down. Everything is just the water, the coal ash that pushed through. We had a hurricane that came in that really pushed a lot of coal ash. And Connecticut is the only state in the country that does not allow you to reuse or repurpose coal ash, so you have to have it removed from the field completely, which this one over here is going to be about $1.9 million just on this section alone. That doesn't include the $30 million that they spent over on the Preston side. So that's why it takes so long just to demolish a building or anything. This hospital itself, the state, when they had it after they closed, they left the water on, that they shut the heat off. So we know how that kind of works when everything busts open and you have asbestos, it's leaking everywhere. It's contaminated in the ground, it's everywhere. So you have all the issues, neglect, people breaking in. The state sat on it so long, they never did anything with it. So it's their issue. Like the state, they're the reason why the patients were failed to begin with. They don't fund it, and then they're also the reason why the buildings remain in such disrepair and they can't be reused. So, okay, so
I know, it just looks
it's
so
just the
eerie.
wind, but that was a little. That door was actually not broken. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's just the wind, but
That's what they all say.
it's just the wind. It's just the wind.
So I just want to bring something out to demonstrate to everybody online. Connor, you can get a shot of that. This is an actual lobotomy pick. So this is what they would have driven into people's heads, into their brains while they were at the asylum. I mean, I cannot imagine a steel rod like that inserted through your eye and hit with that metal hammer, puncturing your skull and your tissue and your brain cells. I mean, it's just horrific that they did this to people. When you see this in person, it's about the size of my forearm, and I'm 6'2". I'm a pretty big guy. So if you can get that kind of comparison, it's It's fucking horrific. And that's just in one room. And this is a place where over 50 lobotomies were recorded. Only God knows how many lobotomies actually took place inside of that building. And this was just the start of the horrific history.
So this area right here, I'll say, if we want to talk about anything paranormal, that was actually on the floor too. If you saw the before and afters of this building when we first started cleaning it, is amazing. All this stuff, all these light fixtures were hanging down all over. We've cut everything down. I have before from 2017 in this building, and it was so much fun. This had rug, we ripped it all up. But for paranormal wise, we have a guy in this building who, his name is Dr. Brian. I didn't know who he was at first. We kept getting William all the time. And this found out through research after I was listening to him and through research and stuff that I heard that there was a superintendent named Dr. William Bryan. He was here from 41 to 44. He actually passed away while as a superintendent in 1944. And he came from Boston State Hospital, which was the first psychopathic building in the country they had up there. So he came here. This was his baby. This building itself was what he was meant to be for. He was the most caring superintendent, probably a favorite, the fan favorite, we like to say. His heart for the what was that whistling? Did you whistle, Kyle? Okay, can we not? We do have whistling here that just randomly, like this thing that will always like mimic. There you go, mimic.
So many mimics nowadays.
We've seen some stuff. It's mostly like Kyle. I've seen Kyle standing in the middle of the knoll out there, and he's not there. So
In the middle of the field?
the knoll, yeah. I saw him this entire time. One time I was out there. They were here. I went to go get pizza at our favorite pizza place. I came back, so it was both of my kids and Kyle. They were waiting, but I dropped the pizza off and I went back because there was a big branch hanging down when I drove in, and I'm like, I gotta cut that down because it's dragging across the roof of my car. I got out there, I cut it down, and as I turned around, it was nice outside, so I rolled down my windows and I was listening to Method Man, and I loved the song. So I'm looking like an idiot. I look over and I see him standing in the middle there looking towards the nurses building, and I'm like, oh, he probably sees a trespasser. Because it's just normal. It's normal activity. And so I look at him and I'm like, oh, I feel kind of embarrassed.
Just the wind.
You're going to have so much fun, let me tell you. Because this is nothing. You should go to Pondview at night if you really like the slamming of the doors, because it happens all the time. It'll be like boom, 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 boom.
We like that.
Yeah, you'll yeah. So I looked and I'm like, oh, okay, I kept going, I'm driving, and where it comes to the corner, I look over and I still see him standing there. So it was probably around 8:30, so it was starting to get dark, but not completely dark. I still see him standing there, looking across. When I got up to the front, I said to my kids, he wasn't there. I go, is Kyle still standing in the field? And they're like, no, he was never out there. And he comes back through the building. He came back from this way. I was like, who in the world was that? We've all seen the owner's daughter, seeing him going up the stairs, just turning. It's just, there's so many access points, so it is windy. Hopefully it stops. But Dr. Brian is going to be here. But so Dr. Brian, he was incredible. He made a publication called The Stylist, and it was specifically for just news and anything that was happening with the hospital. The patients had their own section where they can write, and this included patients from the criminally insane building. So Salmon was the male building and Owl was the female building. They just wrote poetry, they wrote anything they wanted, they wrote thank you notes, and they would talk about the dances. And this all happened during World War II, and under Dr. Brian's care, they lost most of their staff to the draft to World War II. So he ended up giving duties to the patients. So these patients were in charge, ward attendants, and they were the patients that were most highly functioning patients. And then they had civil service individuals come in, and they were the ones who didn't believe in war. So if they were Christian, and So that's how they would serve their country. And they came in here. They were 68 was their camp number for in here, and they did a lot of help with they were ward attendants, and they were actually the first individuals. These groups, they were all over the country, who started writing down notes about the treatment of the patients. So the first documentation of maltreatment of patients occurred within those individuals to question it, and there was a big inquiry into this hospital investigation. And they actually found that they're really under Dr. Ryan's care, that there wasn't abuse, there was more of lack of guidance and not knowing who was in charge, and the steward was overriding the superintendent, and no one knew what was going on. Doctors didn't know who they were reporting to, and vice versa. They didn't know their roles. But as far as patient abuse, they found under his care that there really wasn't any in itself. And he was amazing. They named a building. He wanted the former the county home for children. They were under the process of purchasing it, and he wanted to make it its own central location for children, specifically for children. And World War II, because of the draft, they were not able to make that happen during his time here. But they did end up fully purchasing the building, which is up at the hill, and they named it the Bryan Building after him. It turned into adolescents and then a geriatric center. So in that sense, he was very much remembered, and he was my favorite. And then of course there's Dr. Wilcox, who was here first, and he wasn't decent. Whew. So you have your little crossroads. So now these go out. So in this building, you have two central courtyards. It divides out, so the center it goes around. So the footage that you see from the top, you'll be able to see down. You have the courtyards, which was really great. You had the doctor's quarters, which is all the way up top, is above us right here. The staircase goes there. They had fire escapes that go down to the courtyard. So the doctors stayed here. There were 4 apartments upstairs. The doctors would stay here so that they would be on call and available for the patients at all times, anytime someone came in, they were here ready for them. So that's one of our access points to the courtyard, which was actually it was a nice place. There used to be a wall here, go figure. So at some point it was really nice, and we cleaned out this whole thing. When we first got here, this was buried in about probably like this high of bottle caps from prescription drugs. And all of that wall right there was on the staircases. So my kid and Kyle, they dug it out with rakes, metal rakes, steel rakes, and shovels. This whole area was just buried. You couldn't even really access this area. I'll have to show you the before and after from there, but you couldn't even access here. There was a ceiling that came down. There were trees. We had trees, stumps, and like everything growing through roots. So we cut that down, and to make access for stuff. This was the hydrotherapy room, and it collapsed a couple of years ago, as you can see if you peek in there. But if you look in, I would say if you wanted to put your camera in here, this area right here. So you have that right here. There was a tub that sat here. That was your hydrotherapy tub, the first one. And I can show you the photo from the before photo so you can see the difference. But the tub sat here. And hydrotherapy really began as a way of, when we were talking earlier about women who were in here for hysteria, they believed that the cure for hysteria or anything was stimulation, so most of the time doctors themselves, and it happened to men too, but it was the majority of women, they felt more as if you were stimulated, orgasm they'd do, that you would be better. And so doctors at that time were manually doing it, and they really got tired of doing that. So the hydrotherapy tub had jets that were aimed in certain directions too. And then they were also used obviously for icing and heat. And women, they would be in there for long periods of time. They could be days. You just sit there in water. and they
Days in a
They
tub?
could be in days if they want. If they wanted to.
What was that?
Yeah, they would sit there for, they could, and it was used to punish them too. So you had different kinds of treatment, how they would do, sometimes they say if it's really cold, it would calm you. I don't see that would calm me per se, but it seems like calming. So these are all of the procedural rooms. The one on the other side is the x-ray, which is very odd to me because there's windows. So you think of x-rays, you don't think of windows per se, but that is the x-ray. If you come into this place, so these walls weren't here originally. These were added on at a later time. And if you have, so there's so right here, I can send you like where these are too. So if you look from here, back here, so if you,
Oh, yeah.
so that pole right there is that, where someone just recently sprayed not too far ago. So if you have like in here, can you see how it is?
Yeah.
So you got your
Wow.
windows, then you have that pole, so that was all open. And then this is your tub right here. That was your hydrotherapy tub with the valves
Yeah.
that were in there. So that was all those different ones. So they used them for different, multiple procedures in here, but it was never used for broken bones. If you had, that was a separate hospital altogether. This was strictly for mental health treatment. And this would be the x-ray room. So that was all, just a few years ago, there was no graffiti in here at all. But I do have like that table.
Good.
That's awesome.
I have an original IV pole that is not with the wheels. It has the solid base. It's in my house. And I brought that home with the valves. That was the one time we actually heard some weird stuff in here. Even when the place closed down, the security and everybody you'd hear beeping. Like, so the lobotomy room, when they had the valves, I'm gonna not stand in water, if you don't mind. There's always a beeping with it that came along with it. And it sounds, I can only describe it as,
Shit.
yeah. Oh, now you're getting to the fun part. Coming back here alone, this is what sketches me out. And at night when I'm here alone and we have to come back, even with just someone together in the dark, like if you shut your lights off, you can see, I mean, you should at some point shut and see how like really creepy it is. But yeah, I come back here alone. Even after the shooting, I've been in here alone. But the beeping sounds like a smoke detector when the battery's dying. So it sounds like that, but very muffled. So like in your house, you think at first, oh my God, is that my smoke detector?
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna have so much fun.
Holy
I'm telling you, you're gonna have.
Was that him?
No, it was just,
out there.
okay, so
Wait, where did that
I just
come
saw
from?
the thing. I just saw the thing, Kyle. Holy crap! I just saw the thing.
What's the thing?
What's the thing?
Okay.
Dad?
Oh. No. It was our friend. It went from the left to the right. Did you have that? You had your camera focused down there, right? You had your
Kind of.
camera going?
My exposure wasn't
Please
getting the end of the
tell me that
hallway.
you got that. No, it wasn't there. It was from the one, no, it's way down here. Come walk this way. Walk this way, come, I'll tell you when to stop. Keep coming, just keep coming. Okay, stop. It went from the left all the way to the right. It was right, okay, so we have the elemental, it's like the gremlin will joke around. It's not, okay. I'm like, my eyes are, because I haven't seen that little dude in a while. Woo.
He's here right now?
He's been active since
I have not seen him. I have not seen him.
Yeah, I kind of made him mad.
I say him. No, it's not that.
So where did that
okay.
cup come from?
Okay, I don't.
It's probably
It's, okay, so when you see that, you'll see that it's this is like a hallway that goes from in between. You have the courtyard going in there. Okay.
Let me just ask. Isn't it kind of strange that cup would blow out the moment we're down here
And
when
then we're
it's
just talking
been
about
windy
that?
all day?
I mean, it's
Like, why would it
But then I see the little elemental.
It was really windy earlier before you guys got here.
That's what I mean. Like, what are the odds that it's the second we come down here?
And then you see the
And you
guy
saw
running
it.
across the hallway.
That's
I really
weird.
hope that you guys were aimed at that and you saw it. I really hope that you catch that on there because, so this thing, when we started shooting here, all of a sudden, like, we were cleaning up, all of a sudden, there was this, we call, well, I know it's got to be an elemental. This used to be Native American land. In the 1600s, it was controlled and owned by the Pequot tribe. And then all of Mohegan tribe, who was in the area as well, they got together, you know, with these locals, and they did the massacre down at Mystic. They snuck up on the Pequot tribe during a celebration at night, and they burned about 500 to 700 of them alive in there.
In Mystic?
That's Mystic.
That town we
Right.
drove through?
That is the start of Thanksgiving. So the real story of Thanksgiving is every time, usually in the United States back then up here, when they won a large battle, they would, the next day would be to give thanks for that. But technically, when you really look back, through history, that was in 1637 or 34. Forgive me about the year. When that massacre occurred, the Mohegan tribe was a part of that. They gave the first day of thanks came from the Massachusetts governor at the time, and he said for the next 100 years it is to be celebrated every single year, and that was the actual Thanksgiving that began after that. And so
Thanksgiving is to commemorate burning hundreds of people alive?
of the Pequot tribe, Native Americans.
The f***? How did I
Yep,
never
so
hear
they
that?
they had their
That's
original.
fucking crazy.
They had their original one. I think that was in 1620, where they say, "Oh, we sat down for dinner with Native American," and actually that occurred. You know, that all went down. But the main Thanksgiving, when you go through and look up the Pequot tribe, I put in a request to hopefully to speak to the elder of the Pequot tribe, because Pequots, they own Foxwoods Casino, and then Mohegan owns Mohegan's son. They correlate, but whatever. But Mohegan tribe took over this land, so the Pequots were kicked out. Mohegans took over, and there's still hostility between the two. They coexist together, and they'll do something. Mohegan did a cleansing of the property, but it was on the Preston side. Don't think that it was over here, and that was in 2017. But there's a lot of, I've been in my research and trying to figure out these things that have been happening that we've seen. There's this little shadow figure. I call him a shadow figure. I don't think he is. I don't know what he would be. It's very small to the ground, and it runs really fast. It goes up the wall and onto the ceiling. And more of what I found is just when we started cleaning the property, we cut down trees, that's when the activity really started. And for elemental purposes, it's not necessarily bad. They're not bad. It's just they're protecting their land. And so I learned quickly to just say, I'm going to go clean this. Is it okay? I think I've been more respectful of what it is, but this thing is very fast. And then recently I noticed, I was doing research on the Pequot tribe, and they have a certain entity that they described as being very low to the ground, and that it's generally not going to bother you. It can be dangerous though if you disrespect it. It comes out for certain things, like I've seen it, it's come closer, but I've never felt threatened by it. But it will it scares the crap out of you, because it is short to the ground, and it takes off really fast.
Do you feel frightened by it?
Well, because you're
because you instigate it.
You have no sense of, I don't know. But that's when I was looking back here when he was in there. I saw that low to the ground, and maybe I'm like my mind, but I don't see it often. And honestly, I'm here so much. When I used to be here all the time, it's not paranormal activity all the time. I have the superintendent, Dr. Brian, on camera, The first time we got him is when we were walking around and we hear him clear as day saying, "Be careful," in the back. It's, yeah, I have one too, so yeah. That one, I have him saying hi to me by the lobotomy room. I always say hello, bye, whatever. He's, psychics have said that he's like attached, like just possessive of me, not in a bad way, but I think it's because he knew that I was trying to save this place. I don't have it all the time though. I kind of find it funny when people are like, oh, there's so much activity. Not really. So that thing right there, it was just the first time I've really seen something in a while, and I hope that.
Of course, it's the night that we're about to be here, just me and him.
Yeah.
This whole trip, we've had 4 people with us, and
And now that it knows, it's gonna divide you.
Like, oh, perfect.
You should try to divide yourself and sit in one place by yourself. It's kind of fun. I had to run through here one night. What was it? Like 3 weeks after the shooting, I had to come back here because Steve and Dylan, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. They came one night to investigate, and the next day, Steve tells me that Dylan left the obelisk somewhere. Wasn't quite sure where. Just in either this building or the nurses' building, which I was like attacked in once, so I don't know. I was like, if it's in the nurses' building, you can kiss it goodbye, because I am not going in there alone. So I had to drive down here one night, got here at 9 o'clock at night, in heels, because I left work, so I'm in heels, running through the whole building. I recorded it on my phone the whole time. I'm like, I had to bring this high definition, like, super light that could probably kill somebody if they looked at it, and I just ran, and I ended up finding it upstairs on a bed, and I was like, I'm never coming back here again. And then I kept it because I wasn't going to see him. I took it to Waverly Hills with me. I reprogrammed it to speak Spanish, so when they got it, I was like, you can have this little thing now because that's what I did for you. So they were like, Span, what is this? It was great.
You just said you got attacked in the nurses' building?
Yeah, I had a fun experience. That day that I told you when I saw that car, we had like the car was there and there was multiple. There was, that's another story and that's too. You want me to tell you that over there?
Sure.
Like that would be I don't go in that building alone. I don't. I will never be in that building alone again. And it is not I don't even know why. I don't even know why it would be anything with that building, the nurses' building. And I don't think it was malicious or anything like that. I just think that since I've had such a sensitivity since I was a kid, and I could see and feel certain things, that they recognized the fact that I could see and sense it, so they took full advantage of it. But it was not a fun time for me. So now I think how cool it is, but. So we're kind of coming down to like the kitchens are back here, and it's most destructive back in this side of the building. Each one, when you saw how, if you look down that way as well, they both have similar.
Oh, shit, I didn't even realize how far it goes.
Yeah, so this is the center. So you're going to have one side that goes up this way to one ward.
You guys just hear those footsteps run at me? I was standing there the whole time and I did not hear that.
Why don't you ask it to make a sound?
Can you make that noise again?
Oh, here's your love note. I just wanted to know.
Aww.
Oh, is my love note still there?
It's so sweet.
Oh no, I'm talking about the one about me.
That one is about you. It
Says hi Shannon, f*** you.
Oh yeah, what was the other one? If you see this, Shannon, go f*** yourself. I love that. It's so famous.
That one faded off. It's like
Oh,
not
it's on the
there
drywall
anymore.
that fell off. See, isn't that sweet? I tried to take the drywall, it was too heavy.
Well, that's creepy that you just heard that.
That's happened to me before in this building too.
It's just-
Usually over there.
How the layout of the building is, it's very difficult to distinguish. So just having to be very careful with, because it is open. So I'm a big fan of trying to debunk everything possible. Obviously, I know you are as well. Most people do, but this is a fun room. Are you ready? We just cleaned it, so when we cleaned it, but we have one of the beds in here. You can't see, it's better during the day, but if you see, this is like that kitchen, in area kitchen. So you have the kitchen tiles that are down here. We just happened to, all of these beds were in the hallway, so we just like to set them up. But at the head of the bed, there used to be.
Did you hear that? Like, I know you heard
I heard that.
We looked at each other. This,
I did not hear it. Why? Because I was just talking.
It sounded
like that.
But at the head of the bed, there used to be.
Did you hear that?
But at the head of the bed, there used to be.
Did you hear that?
But at the head of the bed, there used to be.
Did you hear that?
We had like, so every bed had tape with their names on it. So this one said Keen. I actually took it with me. But
That's crazy.
I have a bed at my house too. Full bed.
Do you sleep in it?
I want to.
Is that an IV thing over there?
I don't know. I think it is.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think. I don't know. I think. I don't know. I think. After Destination Fear, we had a bunch of caution tape up, and we would come in, it's still there, there's still pieces around, but the thing would blow and scare the crap out of us, because it was just blowing all the time. But yeah, no, I think it is, it has multiple different points to it, but the one I have is just a solid round base that comes up with a little thing, so I'm like, I'm gonna hang plants on it and keep it.
That's super
like,
cool.
it's
This all
so-
light
it's
is
so
eerie
crazy.
too.
Don't blame me for not wanting to come in here alone.
I mean, I'm
Look, that's the
the building doesn't scare me, it's people. Weird. When I first started coming in here, I never knew like where I was. So this is where you're gonna really get, this is an access point here. And there were beds in there at one point too, but they were taken out. So this is where it gets, you have to watch yourself walking. 'Cause this is
Is the trespassing already?
everybody trespasses everywhere, but they walk through. This is, one of these is where they had my love note for me. It's gotta be my love note.
See those lines. Yeah.
You guys down there?
Yeah, we're right here.
Oh,
See the lock still on the window?
Yeah.
oh that's cool.
I love that. I know, there's little things that I keep finding. Every time I'm here, I find something new. So there's your portal. There's a portal to hell right there. If you want to go to the basement, feel free. There's right down there.
Back down.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Oh God.
An elevator.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, bat.
Oh, they threw the thing down here.
Oh,
Dude.
I love how everyone's afraid of the bat. Oh, you should go into the tunnel. They're great. They're so cute on the wall. I have a video where I'm just like, can I pet that dog?
shit.
You see, I like bats, but I just don't like when they be flying around my head in the dark.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, they
pictures
have
of
long hair,
bats.
too. When you have longer hair,
Yep.
they get caught in it. This is where we heard Dr. Brian say, be careful. Because we were running around, joking around in here. There was a seat that used to be in there. And I told my girlfriend, I'm like, go sit in that seat. She was vaping, and it was a great shot, actually. But as she was like skipping over there, you hear, it has an accent, like Boston accent, going, be careful. It was just like super nice, like, be careful.
I have it pulled up if you want to hear it right now.
We someone should sit here with their back facing that way. Their back facing that way.
Careful. I don't know if that was a really shitty accent.
The original video that I was on my phone. So this is a day room on the, I think, on the men's side. I don't even know where I am anymore. So, yeah, because we went down and around. So these are the rooms and bathrooms. And this was clean at one point. Recently.
That face.
So if you remember, blue is the male ward. All the light fixtures were hanging down from this hallway too when we came in. And then it was really clean. But
Ah, man, this is creepy.
it's really great, right? That was the crossroad at the very beginning, the exit where we went straight to the lobotomy room.
Uh-huh.
That's where I was standing alone when that guy tried to kill us. I was just standing there in the dark.
Yeah, you still gotta tell that story,
I will tell you that story.
because that's insane. It's a
So-
very creepy looking bed,
Yeah, I know.
especially with those things growing out of the window.
The vines and everything. I know. Right? It's gotten a lot. The other side has beds. It's where we hear a lot of the woman humming and stuff, and then also not so good stuff. There, it seems more of I don't know. It's so of course we had the criminally insane, and they used to bring them through into this building through the tunnel downstairs. There was there's a trepanning table in the basement now, where they would hang you kind of to a 60-degree angle or so, and they would drill into the heads. If you ever looked at how they would like drain illnesses, they believe the same thing would treat mental illness. Like if you drained it, draining the demons. It was a weird practice.
Very experimental.
Yeah.
Criminally insane. Are there any famous criminals here?
Not okay, so I wouldn't say as far as famous, because the majority of anyone that was a serial killer was sent to either Fairfield Hills or Connecticut Valley. They usually came through real quick here. We did have, it's strange through our what we had for research. When I first started doing this, I would always get a woman named Robin. Come in as Robin. And she did not like me. I don't know why. She just didn't like me. She really took a liking to Kyle, and I always said it's because she had a crush on him. She kept coming around, and she never identified herself. You could tell that she was probably like 20-ish, or, you know, she never identified herself as a nurse, or she wouldn't answer. It's almost like she didn't know, like, why she was even here. And so, but then she just said on stuff that when we were investigating that she liked deep dish pizza. So we were just always like, oh, so when Exploring with Josh came, he brought her pizza, you know, as a whatever. So when it was strange that she would come around and she never was next to me, she would always be on the side of Kyle. Why is it when I talk about stuff like this, it gets really windy all of a sudden? So then we had some other weird that went along with it. So sometimes when somebody who's criminally insane comes through, I want to hear them, but I don't want to hear them at the same time. It depends, because there's some aggressive people who were here. And sometimes we got a man named Michael that came through. More recently, a man named Michael keeps coming through. In doing research, there was a serial killer in Connecticut named Michael Bruce Ross. And he was from like this area. And one of his victims' names was Robin, and she was kidnapped from Norwich, and her body was found at Uncas on the Thames, which is right up the road. So it's where now it's Bacchus Hospital now, I believe. So there were two girls that he kidnapped from here as well. There was bodies on Preston, which is right next to us. They never know if the crimes actually happened on this property, but it was around that area. But Michael's mother was committed here, so he was here a lot. He visited quite often. He was very familiar with the grounds here and stuff. So it was kind of strange how we got Michael and we got Robin in here. I don't know why she would be here, but it was very interesting. We did have we had 3 mothers who killed their children, and then we had one man who killed 4 children unknown to him. When we were here, since the hospital was open, when it closed, security would always hear a little girl laughing around here, mostly by the admin building, but around on the property itself, a little girl, like just mischievous, laughing all the time. And when I was exploring here before, we went into the admin building, and I couldn't find my flashlight. I love the story just because I'm sitting there. It was really when it was pitch dark, and I couldn't find my flashlight, and I heard that. Did you hear that? Okay, so and I was getting frustrated, and then I heard this little girl laughing, like mocking me. I'm like, girl. So when I took over here, I started hearing her just more so. And on any kind of DVRs or EVPs, they'd always call me Mom. I always heard Mom. Even the little IV pole that I brought home and stuff, there was a little bit we heard knocking and Mom. But so I was like, who is this little girl? We were asking questions, did a spirit box, and we got a bunch of names, but there was a name, there was Charlotte and then Estelle. And I go, oh, well, I'm gonna call her Charlotte because that's the cuter name. I don't know, I'm gonna call her Charlotte. After that, every time I referred to her as Charlotte, I never got anything, nothing at all. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I was wrong, it's not her. Well, when I got access to the Connecticut library, you have to have a special passcode to get in to view the files. I got in there and I found an article, a news article from 1938, a mother who killed her child, it was 11 years old. She suffocated, asphyxiated her, took her to a cabin, asphyxiated her to death, and the little girl's name was Estelle. Wow. And I was like, shut up, and her mom was committed here 28 days after. So in 28 days, 2 doctors examined her, found her to be criminally insane, and hooked her up, and she was in the All building, which was if you're facing the admin building, it's on the right side, and it's the one that's closest to us, to this building right here. And so it was I always thought that this little girl, she had no idea. She was sleeping when her mother asphyxiated her to death. She has no idea, and maybe she's just around looking for her mom. You know, like, they're gonna know you're deceased. Her mom was here. She has no idea. She had nothing with her mom, but she was around a lot. She's always someone that I thought was really cool to have and to be around. It's fun when you find those news articles after.
Yeah, right.
So this building in Norwich itself is very important to the history of the eugenics movement in the world, not just in the country. While they absolutely ripped this apart. For people who don't know what eugenics is, and it's not something that is widely, they don't educate you about this, or used in schools and things like that. But eugenics was the belief that there was not just a superior race, although it did have a lot to do with it. It was basically in the 1800s, 1850s, 1860s, there was a new fear of immigration, and anyone coming over that was poor or sick and had any kind of disability, or criminals, there was a fear among anyone in the United States that this was going to become an epidemic, that if you're a criminal, you're going to breed criminals, mentally ill. If you're poor, it's all genetic to them. That's how they perceived it. That's why they created laws where white and black you couldn't marry. They wanted to keep everything contained. And so when they abolished slavery and that was all coming down, they were afraid that you're African American, you don't have that intelligence. You have mental illness, you're white, you have mental illness, you're going to pass that down. They did not want you to procreate, and they wanted to make sure that they did not infect the country as a whole. And so this ideology was heavily involved among like the Rockefellers and prominent individuals. And they started doing with scientists and politicians to try to figure out how to contain these problems that they called. And that's where state hospitals really started coming into play. So there was one, they wanted to fix it, they wanted to solve it so that that society was not filled with these people that they did not find appealing. And so the eugenics movement started making laws. It brought about laws that you could sterilize individuals that they thought were not fit to be in society. If you were poor, your children could be taken away from you. So if the husband went to, like in here, you would go to City Hall. You could just go down to the city, your husband can go to the town or whatever, the clerk's office, and say, my wife is being hysterical. And they could commit her. It was up to the clerk. Would say, oh, okay, well, we gotta put her in there. And then they would take the children. So because they would generally say that the father was unfit to be a father because he had to work. So while the mother was committed, the children would be at a different home, like the county home that we purchased up at the hill. So they would come in here, they would do sterilization so that you could not have children any further. And Connecticut was the second state in the country who adopted the eugenics laws and the sterilization laws. And this hospital was designated as the #1 hospital in Connecticut. Most of the sterilizations, there was 557 of them that took place in this building that we know of, that were documented. 89 or 90% were female. And back in those days, they believed that Black women in particular didn't feel pain, so they were never given anesthesia. So everything had to be straight done. If you imagine being sterilized with nothing. I mean, it meant to, if you're African American in general, they did not think that that you didn't feel pain, or it was just you had a very high tolerance of pain. There was a woman here who, she went to the town for help because she was in an abusive relationship, and I think it was a mutually abusive relationship. But she went to the town to seek help on what to do. Well, when she left, the town thought that she was hysterical. She was emotional while she was trying to describe her being physically abused by her husband. So they decided that they were going to commit her for being hysterical, and then they took her children and put them up at the county home, the temporary county home, and they left her there. And that woman came back she had all of her teeth pulled, and which was a nice practice. They thought that mental illness, if you take their teeth, that the infection goes to their head. The whole part is how easy it is to get someone committed back in the day, especially women, to have them committed. But with the eugenics movement, they decided that they wanted to find a group that was going to be really work well together, and that was Germany. So the United States, like politicians and scientists, and particularly the Rockefeller Foundation, they funded these conferences over in Germany, and they introduced their ideology of, we want to make sure we protect our race, the white race, and it was about race back then. And so they had these elaborate conventions. They funded these hospitals over in Germany, and this was in the early 1930s. And one of their biggest supporters, the person who was in the audience, was Adolf Hitler. And that's where he really learned about eugenics. And he spoke about in Mein Kampf, he has the autographs of certain scientists, and he really intermingled. They had a great relationship back then, and he thought this was really great. And as time kept going, we developed over here the gas chamber so that you could work on just advancements on how, that was different though.
That's not a door.
That was like a different kind of,
That's not like walking.
yeah, that's, because generally we could,
Maybe Santa Claus or something.
yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. He's a bit late.
It's Santa, yes, Santa, thanks. So we developed a gas chamber and started, why do I keep hearing that like over there? The audacity of the fire department.
Very eerie too.
So they brought this new revelation of how we can execute a criminal easily. Here's our gas chamber. Brought it over there, did the conventions in the whole same manner, and their person that happened to be in the audience of one of them was the angel of death, Joseph Mengele from Auschwitz. And that's where he learned about the new gas chambers and those techniques. And of course, they did it all on a mass scale, but we still do it today, eugenics still, it's still practiced today. There was a big lawsuit in 2017 over in California from the prison system. I keep hearing that. It's got to be the wind. I know, it's behind you.
I know.
So I hope it runs up right behind you.
I hope
Imagine
not.
getting that on film.
I would love that.
I know, that would be
Come on.
great.
We've had stuff
The
run at
camera's
us
over.
before. It's
Yes.
pretty.
So yeah, Kyle got had
scary.
stuff in the nurses' building. That's the favorite one.
My battery's about to die.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a normal thing. So the eugenics that. Okay, yeah, that was okay. That's definitely like under that. So yeah. So
Is
I
this
don't know.
is this it for this building?
Yeah, I would say let's just yeah.
Yeah, because we need that battery.
Yeah.
Yep, let's go. I
But-
don't even know.
Eugenics was here.
This was the a big hub. This was the main hospital in Connecticut that did all the forced sterilizations among other things. They did a lot of secret stuff. We had Dr. Wilcox, who was before Dr. Bryan, and he believed, no one really stood behind him, but he believed that after 15 years, if a patient wasn't cured of mental illness, that they should be euthanized. And he heavily promoted it, and he was probably one of the worst superintendents this hospital ever had. And he controlled this building when this building first came about. I don't like that. The banging is right.
Yeah. I mean, it just started.
But what are you gonna do it for you though, if you're back there? Yeah, what is that?
So he wanted people to be euthanized.
Yeah, he did not want, he didn't want to be in existence with anyone like that. But so if you look in full circle, it's still that ideology about from a lot of people. It's a stigma and everything. But yes, in 2017, there was women from a prison in California who filed a lawsuit and they won. So now you have consent laws. Like you have to give consent in order to do anything. But now what they're doing is they told these women that they had cervical cancer, any kind of issue, that they had to be sterilized or they could die, and come to find out afterwards that was never even the case. These patients right here had no ability they had no right at all to say no. Their parents, patients, or their kids, whoever would come and visit them while they were here, and they would just they'd come back, they'd have no teeth, or they had a lobotomy, and the family was never informed. So you never knew what you were gonna find when you got here. And it was it was the government's problem, because the government never funded it.
Oh, that's really cool.
When the first year that I was the caretaker, which was just a couple of years ago, we were cleaning up. We're starting to clean up. We were going to film. Our goal was to open this building up, particularly I wanted to open it for historic tours. I wanted to clean it up, get the history out there. And so I had a group of volunteers. They were all urban explorers. Every single one of them came out here to help clean up. And I had an individual, for legal purposes, I'll keep that down, messaged me quite a few times and wanting to come out. And I said that this person could come out at some point, just not while we're cleaning up. There's liability, but also out of respect to the people who are working, I didn't want another person just coming out to photograph and explore. It wasn't appropriate. But at some point, they would be able to come out. Did not take lightly, I guess, didn't want to listen to me. And security saw this individual up at the orphanage. That was really,
I thought I just saw someone in the hallway over there.
you could hear all this stuff like dripping and then whatever, but then it also just sounded like walking that was coming behind that wall over there. But
Oh, great.
it was just different. It was just a different sound. You know, you hear the regular sounds that are going on right now, but it just seemed more like shuffling. So anyway, this person was, did you hear that?
Yep.
That was nothing, right? It was just like well, you can listen to that. Jeez. So was caught up at the orphanage part, the Bryan building, told to leave. Then I got a message from this individual. And this was Memorial Day weekend. And this individual just expressed how much they loved me, I guess, through lovely words, and then went off on a social media site. And it incited a lot of misrepresentations, saying that I personally didn't have the authority over the place, and it turned into a lot of hate banter and threats. And I interjected at one point because I was a part of this group, and I told this individual not to come back anymore, that they're trespass or they'll be arrested because of it. Normally, I don't care. It was just the hostility that was involved, and then everybody else in this group were messaging me as well, physical threats and things like that. So the following weekend, we were here getting ready for a show. We were having a TV show filmed 5 days after that, so we wanted to clean up as much as possible. And we had done all the work here. So we were sitting on the front steps of this building, eating pizza, and it was getting dark, and we saw a car pull up facing at us, and we knew that they were dropping off trespassers. It was just really obvious. They were on the road where no one ever stops. So we were just eating pizza, we saw the car, and we knew they were dropping someone off, and we expected to see trespassers. It's normal. And then a couple minutes later, while we're sitting there, I didn't hear anything. So my security guard, Kyle, was next to me. He heard it. I saw a flash going off. It was about 100 yards to kind of cornered where the knoll is. And I saw the flash, but it sounded like firecrackers. So it was a lighter sound. And he heard like a whistling, so he didn't see it. And he thought that his tire popped because it was in front of us. And so as he was walking down, I was looking over, and I saw a second flash, but it moved over, so it was like the person moved. But at that moment, when Kyle was in front of his car, that's when he ducked and he said, they're shooting at us. And so, because at first I thought, oh, it's just these kids are being punks and they're throwing firecrackers or something. But in the reality was that they were shooting at us. And I turned, because he ducked down in front of his car, I turned and grabbed onto the little latch lock to run into this building. Into this day, when I think about that moment, it's all in slow motion. I can still remember going to grab the lock, thinking that I was going to be shot in the back. Like that was my thought. And then I ran in here trying to call 911, but my hands weren't working. And it's getting dark outside, so out at the building, when it's getting kind of dark, but it's still light. But you know that when you're in an abandoned location, it's dark. It'll be light outside and it's dark. So it was much darker here. We're surrounded by woods, and I'm trying to call 911, and I'm not knowing what's going on with him outside. Like, did he get shot? What's going on? And so I called Norwich police directly. He got into the building and was barricading the building, and he called 911, which went to the state police. And as we're on the phone trying to communicate what was going on, we looked out through the window, and I heard him say that the car came back. And I looked, and the car had come up, driven onto the side where they dropped him off. And it was obvious they were picking up the person. And then I saw the car turn and go the other way. But we were in here, and it wasn't too long. I think it was 6 minutes from the time that he called 911. But it's very difficult to find out. Norwich doesn't know. There's a bunch of buildings here. Didn't know where we were, and our gate was locked. And they needed Kyle to flash a light out the window so that they could find what building we were in. So of course the only thing that he could find out for a light was my phone. So he took the phone and was flashing it. The cops found him. There was about 20 cops out there. And they started hollering because the gate was locked for him to come out with his hands up and walk all the way across. So he did it with my phone. And I was in here in the pitch darkness where the lobotomy room, I was just up a little bit further. and just waited. And with the sound of all the people that were out there, to me, there was sound, but in here it was like dead silence. And I still had that fear, one, that this person was just gonna come straight through the side of the door of the building and just shoot me. And then there's this behind me. So I'm not afraid of the building at all, but I honestly, it sounds crazy, but I had a fear of like, I wasn't afraid of anything that was actually gonna happen to me at that moment, because I was like, I'm protected in this building, which sounds so crazy, but at that time, I was like, no, I'm good. But then I had to walk out as well, and I didn't want to leave the building. Like Kyle had to tell the cops that he thought that I was just scared to leave, and I was. I did not want to cross that crossway because I was really afraid that someone was going to shoot me right there, and I didn't know where this person was. I had no confirmation whatsoever that that person wasn't out there, and I had to walk across, and they came out. So what happened was the first shot hit the car, hit Kyle's vehicle in between the front, the driver's side, and the back window. So it hit the window and it ricocheted and it severed one of the tree branches, and that was the swoosh that Kyle heard. From that one right there, the trajectory from the detective, we have the images of the actual rope, the string going through the car. Where I was sitting, it would have hit me directly in the head had it not hit the car. If it would have just gone up 3 inches or just a little bit. The second time when I saw the person actually move, he moved with Kyle. The person, when he shot through, but it hit the back window of the car and then went through the passenger front window on the other side. We have not been able, they never found that bullet. It either hit the wall, the brick out there, or we looked in the basement as well for it, and they couldn't find that. They didn't find any casings. So at first, because it's 100 yards, so at first we're like, oh, it's a rifle. Not a rifle, just like an AR-15 or something. The sound was like that. There's no way. They brought up the idea of a revolver, but let's be honest, you really have to be a good shot to be out there. But a revolver also doesn't shove casings. So, it's someone was with them. We know there was 2 people. They do have DNA from something, which I won't say just because of, it's an active investigation. But they do have DNA in the case. And the next day, we had to come back. We were spending the night that night as well for the whole weekend, so we could get this all cleaned up for the shoot and not put a damper on it. But we were gonna sleep in the steward's house, and I brought clothes over, and I guess a funny part of it is that my shirt that I was gonna sleep in said, "But did you die?" So it's kind of become our motto that no, or like miss me. So that whole joke, I don't know if you've ever seen Ronald Reagan's little speech after, and the gunshot or whatever, the shot went off and he goes, "Miss me." That has become like one of our sayings a lot every time. We're like, "Miss me." But the next day we were here working and cleaning up, and I heard walking through this building, as you see, it's a maze. It's kind of just corridors that are just weird and in the courtyards. And it's middle of the day, and I'm on one side, and I heard kind of the steps. So before, this is all wet, so you're not getting a good interpretation of how the floor really is, but sometimes you can hear like if someone's walking, you'll hear the cracking of the tile. And I heard that once in a while, but then I heard in the back of the building, because I was in the front, I heard, "Shannon, like you're being hunted." Actually, like you're being hunted. And to me, I think that was scarier than the night that we got shot at, because of how it sounded. And they were avoiding Kyle at all costs, like just going in the opposite direction, and they knew exactly where he was. And I was hiding in a front room on the ground in the corner. And when Kyle called 911, the cops were out here within just minutes. They came out here with dogs, and they ended up being out here with dogs 4 times 4 days in a row right before the show filmed, which almost didn't film. And it was the first time, I think, in their history that they hired police to guard their show. So they weren't close to them, but they were at the entry, at the gates of each area. Yeah, so they don't know. They denied our geo-tracker. So if you don't know what a geo-tracker is they would have been able to just look at a cell phone tower. Before, a cop could just get a geo-tracker all the time. They can just look at a cell phone tower, get the records, find out what was going on. Now you need a search warrant for it because they said it was an invasion of privacy. They denied the geo-tracker, the geo-fence, which would have been, that person had to have communicated with the person who picked them up. That case probably could have been solved right away by that because that 20 minutes. 20 minutes, all you need is that tape. The inspector in the state, when I called him, said that he wouldn't get it because it wasn't a felony case in the record. I received that record, and that record actually indicates that it is a felony, that there were 4 or 5 misdemeanors, felonies in their criminal attempt to commit murder, that it's in there. So I don't know why he said that. They had a preservation for the Facebook group, but that was like 14 days. And other than that, they have everything around, like we have the license plates, but...
Did you notice that you're standing right behind the word shoot?
No. But I used to say shoot heroin, kids.
Yeah.
The whole time I was just like, yeah, that's really ironic. We did not plan
But
that.
then it says don't shoot, do you think?
Yeah.
Shoot, don't shoot.
But
Well,
so somebody tried to murder you while you were here,
for this building.
like a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, June 4th, 2022.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was, and I've been here by myself since at night. That gives you, yeah, it's not ghosts, it's not spirits. Those are fun. It's the living. And you turn around and, we've caught trespassers up at the other place, and we looked at the video. We videotape every interaction just for our own self. And most people are so nice. They're awesome. I don't care. What are you gonna do? But we walked by. We're watching videos and one kid had a machete. That's just like the normal thing around here. But yeah, the fact that these people went to a level that because of a building or a place that you're gonna risk spending the rest of your life in jail. You're gonna kill someone. You're gonna try to actually kill someone over that. And it just made me realize that some people just, this is why these buildings need to, I guess, still be open, right?
After hearing the disturbing stories of the main building, we decided to go over to the nurses' building, a place that is known to be haunted by more violent and evil spirits. And the moment we stepped foot in there, I could feel the difference.
So this is the nurses' building at Norwich State. It housed all the nurses, and this was also a hospital that trained nurses in general and in lobotomies as well. The school itself was shut down because it did not meet the standards of the state. It was kind of sad for, I guess, the nurses. A lot of them came from universities. So this is my building that I guess I'm not a fan of. Aesthetically, I love the building. It's beautiful. You'll see the hallways are really long, so as far as for paranormal investigations, you'll love it. But I've had one night, we were here. We were clean, actually it was during the day, this 2 times. So we were here cleaning, and it's really dark in here even during the day. Everything was boarded up. And so we had little lanterns that came down. But I was here, right down here, and I was grabbing something. And as I'm picking up, I'm down here, and this side, I hear Kyle whispered in my ear. And I was like, oh, here we go, right? Like there's something, this is insane. And this is the first day that we were actually cleaning in this building. We weren't gonna have to do that, but someone made a video on YouTube. It got sponsored, and 3 days later, this whole building was destroyed. Someone came in, ripped down the sinks, ripped down the bubblers, ripped down everything. So we had no choice but to come in here and clean. What in the hell was that? Was that you?
No, we're over here.
Oh,
Like that was not us at all.
door from the wind.
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
a door.
In this building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I buy that.
Oh God, dude, we've been in here like 2 minutes.
So, from right there, I started hearing talking, conversation. Now, at the end of down here, we didn't walk by it, but there are these massive double doors that lead outside, and they were open then. So the only thing that you could see is like light that would be way down in that room. So it's very easily accessible. And so I heard people talking, and I was like, great, trespassers. Obviously, there's trespassers in the building. And no one else was near me, around me. I don't even know. I think they were upstairs. So I started walking this way towards where these people are talking, thinking that I have to confront people by myself. And as I'm walking, you can hear them loud as, like, as clear as day, talking. The closer I got to the end where the room is, it started becoming a whisper. So it sounded like 3 people, at least. Watch your head, body, whatever you're doing. It sounded like 3 people talking. And right here is the point where it really got down to a whisper. But you can hear them talking. And the room opens up over to here. And I'm holding a lantern for light. Is this one of those little camping lanterns? I think it's water. So I got to here, was a big open room. And right when I got into here, there was no talking at all. And mind you, I was really nervous about even stepping into this area just because I'm by myself and I'm walking into people that are trespassing, and normally they're nice, but I'm by myself and you never know. So if you come into here, right on the side is where the double doors are that would be wide open. And I was right here, and it got quiet. That's the only other room. And so then I thought, great, they're in that room. They're hiding in that room or behind there. So I started walking. I was walking this way. And as I was right here, I've always said, you know, when you have the flu, and you're really weak, you know, incredibly weak, where you're standing up to go to the bathroom, but you feel like you just can't, you're not going to get to the bathroom just because you're that weak, like you're going to pass out. I started feeling that right around like this area where I was just, I'm going to pass out. The tunnel vision, everything's turning black. Don't walk into the pillar right there. And as I got closer to here, I was about to honestly go down, and I was nervous that there's people like in here or something. And so I got here to this point. There's a little room here, and then there's a little room right here. And right here, there was no one in here, not at all, no one. And I dropped my lantern down, and I was down like this. And the next thing I remember is waking up, sitting up against the wall over here. So there's a wall right here. And I was just sitting there. The lantern was on the side. I don't even know how long I was like that, or I felt like I just had passed out or something. And I was sitting here, and I attempted to call and text. Elliot, Kyle was here, and our friend Mari, and there was nothing. It's also a building though that you have no service. You can't go live anywhere around here really, because there's no service. But no one was responding or anything. And I was here so long, and my eye was splitting. My head hurt so bad in my eye, and I was just weak. I had no ability to be able to. I felt like I couldn't even really talk if I had to, but my head was just piercing. And then there was more like, activity going on, and I know that they were going to go across the street, and I heard that that there was trespassers across at the Liquid building. And I was like, okay, I'm doing okay, I'm going to get my stuff. And I got everything, and I walked out that way. And that was the funny moment where Kyle was busting trespassers over there, and one of them happened to be the owner of the building, who never met them. He never comes out here either. The owner doesn't know anything about these buildings. I gave him all the stuff. And I met them for the first time, his daughter, over there. And she had laryngitis, but she's typing everything on her phone. And she was telling me, no one knew, she was telling me that they were in that building and they came back out. And that she was walking in the building, and as like she was walking by, there was one area that she got a shooting sharp pain in her eye. Now she says this eye, okay? Mind you, mine is this eye. And I'm like, and this was the same time. This was going on while I was here. She was over there, and she got this stabbing pain in her eye right here. And I was like, you guys want to go in and let me see? They know nothing about the buildings, absolutely nothing. And we go over there, we're walking in, we're there, and she shows me the spot where she sat at, and it was right next to the lobotomy room in the hallway.
That's crazy.
We brought her there 2 nights later and was doing stuff, but that was the first. And so there are things that were weird about it because I feel weird when I talk about it. You know, I've always had things when I was little. I've seen things, I've known things, and all I can say is from when I was here, it was the strangest thing is because what I saw from here was like that is someone on the wall. That is someone upstairs, 100%. There has to be someone upstairs. They're walking upstairs. I did not see any cars though. There's gotta be. I mean, that was straight walking, boom, 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 boom. Like, that wasn't a door shutting.
I'm like scared to be here.
Oh no. So this is the building that scares you?
I just don't like it, and there's no reason, I don't think, but it wasn't really so much. So what I saw to me, what I saw, and I could see, and it's not like physically like I can see you, but it was like I was actually being shown there were 2 nurses and a doctor like working on a patient, and in this nurse turned and looked straight at me, like just straight at me, and then that was like it. And it was weird because it was as if I was just being shown, you know, wanted me to see or knew that I could have that sense or something, but it was scary. The second one I think was more so, and that was the last time I've had an experience, at least over here, because I won't be in here. I won't let anyone move within from 10 feet away from me, because when the show filmed, they did their interview shows over here, those segments here, and they wanted my back, first of all, facing towards the hallway, and I said, there's no way in hell at all. Kyle actually stood in the hallway while I was filming, and when we were done, the girl goes, I could hear your heart pounding up through the microphone, because the idea of being here was just awful. Did you hear that? Right? That wasn't him, because I can hear him walking. What is that?
I don't know. I heard a girl laughing or crying a few minutes ago.
I was up there in the middle, just standing there, nothing. It's just a door in the wind.
No,
No, because it's from upstairs.
Right there. We just heard it upstairs. Walking across the hallway. This walked across here. It was direct above us.
Hey, that's you.
That's me. I didn't do it though.
So you got attacked the second time that day?
Yeah, Isolated. It was funny too, because I was isolated both times. We were working all together, but when the times that happened were times when I was separated from everyone else. And stop jumping out. I know I saw you. Are you going that way, or are you going to go this way?
I'm up here.
You're going to go that way? I was going to take him down this way. Through this staircase. So this staircase of when I had to clean up blood.
What do you mean?
The night before shooting, some kids came into this building, and one of them, I think, cut his arm or something, broke glass upstairs, and went running down running down the building, every single staircase, and there was blood just everywhere. So
You
obviously,
had to clean this blood up?
I had to clean it up because we had filming. The film crew was here. So that's where So we were cleaning up, we were just sweeping out because it didn't require a lot. So this is where like all the blood was, all the way down. Like me all the way from up there, all the way down. It was a fun biohazard. Just watch the right one. And there you can see like the halls.
What's this?
I don't even know. One day we came in here, first time ever. There was a dolly platform. I've never seen once in my life in here, and it was just sitting in the middle of the hallway. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Our exit window. See? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, watch out, it's slippery right back. So, it's like such a great hallway.
Yeah, it is.
Right there. Use my, probably the second floor is probably better than this one. Actually, it started like going down that way, so that staircase is where it started right here, was going down there. And I was like, I just want to get out of here. And got outside. I got outside and we were parked right back where we were walking in. I got into Kyle's car, so my car was behind his. I got into Kyle's car and so I had the AC on and everything because I was just sweating. I was just not well. I sat in the driver's side and waiting there, and all this stuff was going on. The woods was to the side, and Kyle came in to look. I remember he sat down in the passenger side, my kid and our friend was behind there. And when he looked at me, I looked at him. He said on his side that I don't know exactly what he was really going through. To me, it's like weird, but when he was looking at me, his entire right eye just went black. Like I could see it actually just moving over it black. And I gasped. I know at that point, like I gasped. I remember that. I don't even know if I breathed. I don't even know. But when I was facing forward from where the brush is, where the woods are, I just saw a shadow, a tall black shadow, just come out of the side and just look. And it wasn't far from it. Probably had to be like 5 or 6 feet maybe from the front of the car. And it just stepped out of the brush right there. And what was crazy is that right around the same time, I was in the car, but my kid was in the back, and they saw a shadow that was out in the same area. I think that's what you said, right, Ellen? So, but I know that it was, I guess we were there for a while, and Kyle almost called 911. That's how bad it was. I don't know, you know.
Well, I honestly...
So that's it.
We should probably head back because I don't want to use too much of this battery. Yeah, this is creepy back here.
But it is where everybody goes to party because no one's ever out here. So we're not going to go in there, I don't think, but if you guys want to go in there later for your investigation, feel free.
Yeah, what's the story of this building?
It's just employee. It's always been employee, like staff housing, so they lived here. And I don't know. I've never investigated in here, I'll be honest. I don't know. I should. I don't know why. I feel like it's just because this employee, I never found it really. I think that I should though, just because of the land itself. So no one else has investigated it. So if you wanted to go in there, and you'd be the first ones actually to, even if you set up shop for 20 minutes. But
I think we should at the end go in there.
during its operation, the hospital saw an average of 2 a month, and really began in 1918 with the suicide of an attorney who committed himself for melancholy. He hung himself. They say one story said it was in his room and another story said it was in the Grove, but consensus was that he tied sheets together and hung himself. Hangings were a thing here, probably more prevalent than most other hospitals, but like a building across the street, they think that a man hung himself up in the attic. It's a great beams up there. There was, on that note, there was a nurse, and I don't know if she stayed in the nurse's building, perhaps, but her name is Anne, and she was let go from the hospital, and I'm going to say that in a nice way, she knifed herself. So she killed herself immediately after being terminated from the place. Some people say that they hear her. We get two different Anns a lot here. One of them could be the doctor's wife, Anne Guthrie. There's a Dr. Guthrie, whose house was here, right actually in the back. There were 4 different cottages. There's only 2 remaining. But in the middle of the night in 1948, it caught on fire. He ran out of the house thinking that his wife was behind him, and she wasn't. They contacted the chief maintenance, who used to be the chief fire chief, and he ran into the building to save her, came out, and he collapsed on the ground, and his last words were, "I couldn't find her." They dragged him into the Lippitt building, and where he passed away, and the next day they found Mrs. Guthrie's body upstairs underneath the dressing table in her closet. So there's been quite a few incidences here. There's been quite a few escapes from the criminally insane that have gone to Massachusetts and killed 2 Spencer police officers. There was one who was convicted who killed an officer on his way here. There's been some that have actually discharged from here, from the criminally insane ward, to go home and killed his wife, and been out on leave and have murdered individuals and have come back. So you have a pretty good history of death, murders. Good histories. There's been a lot of births in the hospital from employees and patients in the Lippitt building. So there's some happiness, and there was obviously tragedy, secrets. You don't know what's in there. You don't know what you'll find. And you find new things every day. And if you see our little elemental, say hi. Could be Native American as well. So always a respect to the Pequot tribe and the Mohegan tribes. And I guess you should have fun and find your own things and go in there.
So how many people do they think died here?
It is almost impossible to figure that out. As many obviously that they had. There are some records that show for a whole year from 1953, and they did have, on average, it was showing, besides the 2 in some, that was just from in this building though. So it didn't show the deaths from there. I talk about the cardiac. There's had to have been at least like 1,000 or 2,000. There's got to be. You don't even know. There's no cemetery. There's nothing. There's no identifiable markers. You can't access the records even. You have to have a passcode, or you have to be a descendant. You have absolutely no access to any of the records here. Even the New London Temporary County Home for Children that they took over in the 40s. That is the least documented county home for children in this entire state. I found some, but other than that, there's nothing. There's nothing. If there's that many deaths that happen regarding in Lippitt alone, 5, even if it's 5 a month, 5, 10 a month, just in Lippitt, and that doesn't include this. You gotta think about where everything else was.
So there were 2 year in this building alone? A month.
Well, a month. A month in the hospital itself. And then there were the deaths just that happened in this building itself that would occur. In the 50s, it was like 5 or 10, and a lot of them, when you look at them, they were contributed to cardiac. We do have an individual who was given the wrong medication. There is a patient that they gave the wrong medication to, and he did pass away in this building. So,
any other interesting deaths before we're done?
The 2 men, we had a boiler that exploded back a long time ago. They were killed in the accident here. But I'd say both Anns are pretty prevalent there. Bruce is the man who they gave the wrong medication to. There's the Fred, who was the cook here, who was killed on the street, walking across from where we just came from. Dr. Brian, he did pass away at this hospital while he was a superintendent. So he's a fan. If you can get in touch with him, you know, much respect. He'll definitely talk to you. We do hear some screaming. I don't know if you have a DR60.
Yeah.
That has, for some reason, been... People have captured some serious screaming on that thing recently. So...
Alright, so my friend Drew, when he was exploring this building and doing the paranormal investigation, he got this EVP. This was the thing that he got.
So that was a screen captured in there.
And there's more, too.
Oh my god.
That is going to be right there. And that's the first one. There's more.
And
There's
that's like the same
way
exact thing that Elton got when he was
Yeah,
here.
the other team got that, saying when they were disrespectful to Dr. Brian, because I said, don't call him Bill, only I can call him Bill. And he did, and they got him saying, it's not Bill. Everybody says, it's not Billy, it's Dr. Brian, like screaming at him on a DR60. But that that was from the front room with the chair.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that. Now I'm
Yeah,
officially
so now-
even more scared than I possibly could have
You're
been.
so very welcome.
Okay, so I had to get my camera out.
Yeah,
We didn't know this. You guys are just leaving us here alone.
we're gonna leave you here alone.
All three of you are leaving.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be us two in this entire complex.
We'll leave you a stick.
God, after that tour, that's what it is. That is terrible. Oh my God, we're screwed, man.
You're welcome.
Well, thank
I
you
think
guys.
it's gonna be a fun time.
Hey everybody, it's Colin here. So today here on the channel, we have a very special opportunity to do something amazing for somebody who's helped us out with the videos. So Norwich, Shannon, nobody there asked us to pay anything to film at this location. And throughout the filming, Shannon was talking about her heart condition that she had and how it was impacting her day-to-day life. So after we filmed there, I went online and saw that Shannon's son, Elliot, actually started a GoFundMe to help Shannon pay some of her medical bills and to help alleviate the costs of this super expensive surgery that she has to have. I'm gonna donate right now. I'm gonna put the link to this in the description of the video. I would encourage everybody here in the Spooky family to try to help Shannon out with anything that you can, because truly it's a gem to find someone as nice and as caring and somebody who loves the property as much as Shannon does with Norwich. And if we can use the power of YouTube and these videos to help even change someone's life a little bit and help get rid of some of those expensive medical bills that obviously I can relate to because of type 1 diabetes, that would be amazing. So just head to GoFundMe. The link is going to be in the description. Shannon, if you see this, I hope this helps a little bit. Yeah, everybody, we're going to get back to the video now, but anything you got will help. And yeah, I hope y'all are enjoying this episode. So we were both definitely on edge to begin our investigation. I had no idea that Shannon and the crew were going to leave us there at Norwich completely alone. I thought at least our security guy was going to stay there and watch over the property and make sure we were protected, but nope. They literally just said, you guys have fun, go get dinner, come back, and the whole property is yours. I love that. I mean, it's awesome to be given that access, but frankly, it's horrifying. I mean, like Shannon said, people tried to kill her. They tried to murder her in those buildings just a year or so ago. And the sentiment from the public or whoever tried to kill her still exists. People are still angry about those buildings and those stories and that history being told. But yeah, I mean, in a place like that, you don't know what you're going to encounter. A trespasser, someone who's setting out to murder someone, evil spirits, inhuman, creepy crawlers. There's just so much that could go wrong. But we decided to start off and head deep into the asylum to begin our investigation. Okay, right now it's about 11 o'clock at night. We are out here, it's freezing cold. Now that I'm done filming the intro, I can put my shitty little beanie on. Gotta look good for the intro, you know what I'm saying? It's eerie as shit out here, dude. Like, just a couple moments ago, Connor and I thought we heard what sounded like a woman screaming from right over there. I couldn't tell if it was coming from in the building. Doesn't matter if we didn't catch it on camera because people are gonna say it didn't happen, but we heard it. We're definitely on edge to start this investigation because like we said before, I thought for sure that somebody for security was gonna be sticking with us here, but we're completely alone here throughout the entire campus. It's just us. I love it personally. I love these abandoned locations because they're just so goddamn creepy. But Connor, how are you feeling, bud?
I fucking hate this shit.
Connor is not into this location.
No, I mean, I like to value my safety. I don't know, I've always said I'm more scared of people than I am ghosts. And I mean, this place has some really scary ghost stories and some really scary people stories. I mean, you put 2 and 2 together, I'm not really thrilled about this. I'm very on edge, very anxious about this place.
Yeah, and the last thing that I'll add, we just called Twin Paranormal, our boys, they called us, and we were talking while we drove up here, and Wyatt told me and Connor that there's a homeless man that lives in one of these buildings. So we might have to change the buildings that we were gonna go to this evening. Personally, I can't see how someone would even survive when it gets so cold out here. And I know they came in the summer, but it's definitely not what Connor wanted to hear before we go in here. The whole time I was telling him, dude, we're not gonna see anybody. And then Wyatt's like, avoid that building, man, there's a guy in there.
Yeah, man, we went and ate dinner, came back here, and already we saw 2 cars parked out on the road full of people. I'm just like, I don't know what these people are doing. I mean, like, I'm sure they're coming in here. I mean, she said, like, they come in here with fucking sledgehammers and, like, start breaking shit.
Connor doesn't want his skull to be broken with the sledgehammer, is what he's trying to say.
I don't at all.
I think it could be kind of fun.
Yeah, well, I don't really even want to be here, so.
Well, guys, without further ado, we are gonna head right through that cute white little door and straight down into hell. So let's do this, buddy. Oh yeah. Real quick as well, I just want to say, God, higher power, please just be with us this evening as we go through and interact with these dark energies and visit a place that truly has been touched by an unspeakable darkness. Please allow us to be covered in a white light of protection, and please protect people viewing this footage in the future as well. Can rolling across the ground sounds creepy as shit. All right, here. All right, guys, we're just gonna film while we walk in. I think we should go down to the that tunnel where that cub came flying off. Don't you think? Okay. Start off there.
I honestly don't really know my way around there, so.
Neither.
You did lock the car?
Yep. Is this here already? I know what it is.
Is it a light tube?
It's a piece of wood.
Well, this is the bottom.
If there's anybody in here, we have this place rented out for the night with the city. We're not going to call the police or anything. We're just trying to film a YouTube video. So if you could please just let us know that you're here. This is scary.
Was that door open last time?
Could the wind possibly make a creepier f***ing noise than that? It sounded like a human voice.
That didn't.
Dude, but we're way underground. Like. Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot. I thought that we were in a tunnel or something. I'm glad we were rolling on that. That was like multiple human voices, but they sounded so like eerily distant. God damn, this is
Made it.
bro. Here, hold this 1 second. I'll set this up. I could have sworn I just heard a woman go. Ooh.
Doesn't have a memory card in it? No. Oh, God.
Look at this genius right here. Now that is what I like to see, my brother.
Real man of genius. You know that commercial?
No.
So we decided to set up in the area where the crawler has been seen, where we had that cup fly off the shelf. Now, I want to point that out again. It's really strange that that happened earlier in the footage. I mean, it was windy as hell the entire day, and the moment we turn that corner, the wind is just all of a sudden so strong that it blows a plastic cup across the hallway. The timing is just what you have to consider with paranormal stuff. It's when the timing's really weird and it can't be a coincidence, that's when I start thinking paranormal. And that tunnel, it's not really a tunnel, it's a hallway. That area is just gut-wrenchingly scary. Just watch this.
Every time I turn my back.
Try it again. Hey, you want to turn on Spirit Talker? What the f***, bro?
Don't
Connor,
turn
look
it.
at this. Look at this, bro. Whoa. Dude, you f***ing see that swinging?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm freaked out, dude.
Look at that, bro. There's an open window right here, but that is not moving at all. And look at that, bro.
No, it stopped.
Is there somebody in this room? I've never seen. Shh.
I thought I just heard another person talking.
Don't disrespect us.
Remember what she said about the fucking little guy?
Sad.
She said she doesn't. She said she respects that little guy, and he doesn't really mess with her, but Kyle disrespects her.
I can't tell if I'm hearing human voices or like water dripping. Dude, and what can we talk about one more time? That f***ing light? Like, what the actual bro? That's like, it's actually, I'm like...
Hospital.
Hospital? Bro, we are in the hospital. This is the hospital building. So, guys, keep in mind, this is the part of the old asylum where they've seen that crawler.
Little.
The little guy.
Little crawler. We've got all of our stuff set up in here. We're gonna try. It was her.
Who is she?
Passage.
Oh. Dude, we're in the passageway right now. To whoever's here in the Norwich Asylum, we just want to introduce ourselves right now. My name is Colin.
My name's Connor.
And you've already made yourself known to us. I think it was you that moved that lamp. We've been hearing voices and walking around. You've used our devices that people have used in here before. Can you make some sort of a noise for us to show us where you are, or go touch one of those red lights that we have set up?
Vanished.
This is futile. Vanished.
Future.
It is future. What the f was that?
Marianne. We like your equipment.
All right. Who are we talking to? Who's Marianne? Marianne, are you here?
It's not just me.
What the f is that, bro?
There is man. Come.
Stay a while.
All right, if you want us to stay, why don't you tap on one of those red lights?
Perhaps it's time to leave.
Perhaps it's time to leave.
Hello? That sounded like a footstep, like right there. Is the teeny little crawler here?
Leave us now.
Leave us now.
That's what it said, right?
Yeah.
Dude, right when I
It
teased
said
it.
perhaps it's time to leave. Leave us now.
Why? Interesting how the spirit talkers have been quiet all of a sudden.
The past.
Who's in here with us? Is the little crawler in here?
Rope torture. They never found me.
Again. Now, hear me out. What if this is like a patient from the asylum who's like buried in... Where are all the graves, dude? Thousands of deaths? Like, all these cemeteries from these asylums always have like 3,000-4,000 graves. Like, where would all the bodies go?
Is Dr. Williams here?
We have spoke before. Someone's coming.
Dr. William, you're here with us, like you just showed us. Thank you. But you said someone's coming. Who's coming? Should we be afraid of them? That was crazy. Actually, though. Oh! 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 What the f, bro? Who's coming? Can you tell us who's coming?
Peter. We're enjoying this.
Who's Peter? Are you a patient here?
Dude, I feel someone behind me, bro. Who's behind you? Oh! 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 It was behind you!
This is right where she saw the creeper. Did you hear that? Blank.
Dude, it's like somebody's f***ing like... just walking. Dude, I swear I just feel like
Entering.
entering right now? Show it.
Accessing.
Accessing? Oh! Dude, what the f***, man? Who's entering? Can you show us that you're here somehow?
I've been here 600 years.
That elemental.
Older.
What? Dude, that's f***ing crazy actually. Two completely different... Oh, bro, I actually feel like... Is
I
that...
got full chills right now.
Dude, I'm not...
I'd show you
kidding.
my goosebumps, but
Up my
Can you
legs.
see me?
Do you see me? Can you see me?
can you see me?
No. Where are you?
We'd like.
Oh! Oh! Oh, dude, it ran! It ran between us! Oh! 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 All three! All three! All three! Oh! Thank you. Thank you for showing us that you're here by touching those things. You're very powerful. Appendix. Mechanics.
Choice. Adventure.
Can you show us visually what you look like? I heard you like to crawl around like a little baby. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Bro.
Do you not like us being here?
Can you ring that bell again if you want us to leave? Oh, dude, that one too. That one f***ing too.
It's like it just keeps running in between us.
Brazen bull.
Brazen bull?
What did that say?
camera on.
Fucking door open. Oh my god, bro. What door is open? Boys.
What do you want to do with boys? Maybe it's a pedophile. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, that's definitely somebody who'd get locked up here.
And they'd fucking, dude, they would literally do.
Fires.
Dude,
Liars.
it said before to bring me more gentle something.
Bring me more gentle.
There's more of us.
When did it say that?
It said it like on there, one of the first things. It said bring me more gentle something.
We.
Souls. We. There's more of us. We. Was one of you patients put into this asylum because you liked young boys?
That was a footstep like right here. Moral. Like their moral values were flawed.
Is that what you're telling us to bring more of? Little boys?
Representative.
Is this tripod at like a crazy angle? Yes.
Dude, what the f, bro? Yo, look at this, bro. This is actually unlatched. Did you leave that unlatched?
No. Like latched it.
What? Actually, though, no way. Oh, dude, I just got a f***ing mega.
Remember.
But look at this, guys. I want to show you online. This tripod should have clamps that lock like that. And this one over here is literally unclamped. And Connor and I set these up so we would know if they were unclamped. I don't think we've ever left one unclamped.
Whisper.
Hey there, what are you up to? Oh, it actually like that. Will you tell me? So you were in here because you were a pedophile?
Practitioner.
Practitioner.
Retaliate.
How are you gonna retaliate? Oh, fuck, dude.
Visible.
Liam.
Dude, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Right now, we're getting almost entirely only male names.
Can you find my grave?
Computer.
Can you find my grave? She was saying that that's what they say all the time.
And what I was saying too, like 10 minutes ago. That's what I was literally bringing up. But dude, think about it. It's all men's names we're getting. This side is the men's side. The women's side is over there.
I'll move something.
What are you going to move? Q.
You?
Q. It's a letter. You want to latch that tripod?
Oh yeah. That's fucking trippy.
Well,
Dude, look at that. Oh. It actually sunk. Oh.
Nerve.
nails.
Visitor.
Does this visitor have long, creepy nails? I'm actually getting, like, all of a sudden. You okay?
Left.
What's wrong?
I started feeling really, really sick.
What do you mean? Dude, first of all, my A7S, look at, film this. This battery just went from 22 to 0. Yo, are you okay?
I'm starting to feel like really sick.
Vent.
What do you mean?
Like nauseous.
I'm stroking your hair.
Oh my god, bro.
Hyperactive.
Yo, you're kind of freaking me out, dude.
That was him.
It like
Pressure.
it was like something came over me. Oh god, you're kind of freaking me out.
He will trick you.
He will trick you. Oh my god, bro! Listen. Listen. Fuck me. This is bad. Yo, what the hell, man?
I could have sworn I just saw something walk across that hallway.
Providers.
I'm sorry.
What did it say?
Providers.
Should we do the DR60?
Yeah.
So this is where they got the screaming before. How does that happen at the exact same time, bro?
Dude.
If you need to take a break, we can take a break.
Rage.
Rage.
Pushes.
Pushes?
Yes, it's him.
Yes, it's me. Who is it? Is this? I don't think this is Dr. William. Is this the creature? The little baby crawler that thinks he's so tough? I'm hiding here.
Where are you?
We don't like investigators.
I've never heard that before.
That is not a good sign.
I feel
Right when it's f***ing making you feel like shit too. Okay, I didn't mean to taunt you.
Operators.
operators. God. Should we do Deer 60?
You want to put the bell away? Dude.
What?
Prophet.
Oh! 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 I got down static. We're just swapping out batteries. Oh my god, bro. Dude, he's f***ing standing right here.
Scared. Pissed.
You're scared of me.
Oh, the static's got that. You're scared of me.
We knew that in the hallway of this building that we were not alone. I mean, it was like something was stalking us, running from one end of the hallway to the other, making all of our devices go off. Knocking noises, voices we were hearing. I mean, it felt like we were being surrounded. I mean, the light swinging by itself with the one right next to it not swinging at all. That's pretty crazy. We knew we weren't alone, but this entity was about to get so much stronger.
All right. So we're down here. We've made contact with something.
What the
What?
What kind of hair is this?
I feel very lonely.
Wait, show that under the light.
That's not your hair. That's not your hair, is
No,
it?
Children are playing.
I just like felt something touch my head, and I just went and like wiped it off.
Wait, what? That is crazy. That is not your hair. Dude,
That's neither of our hair.
No.
Okay, that's a little more than freaky. I don't like that either. Oh, we're gonna do a DR60 right now. Let's try to talk to these things. All right. I could have sworn to God. Hold up. I could have sworn to God I just saw a little shadow right there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Just past those bricks and shit. I thought I saw someone.
I could have sworn I just saw something. Is that you, Shadow Man? All right. To the little shadow creature. What or who are you?
There's bad energy.
Bill? I heard you don't like it when people call you Bill. Are you here with us right now?
Kiss.
Is that you I keep seeing poking your head out around that corner?
Can you whistle back? Who's the Shadow Man? Take a left. That's what you just said.
Why do you want us to go left? What's down there?
Bill? Are you down to the left? Shadow Man? Little creepy crawly thing? Are you down to the left? Is that you down there?
Don't leave.
All right. Well, that was incredibly f***ing scary. Seems. Describe what you were seeing down there.
Just down there to the left. All the way down there at the end of the hallway. I just saw it again.
Oh! Oh! Yo, what the f, bro? What are the f odds? What the f is that?
I'm telling you, it's not big. It's a little tiny. And I'm telling you, it's literally like this. Like, this is the wall.
Oh god, I hate that.
Did you hear that?
people calling you too. Are you here with us right now? You don't like it when people calling you too. Are you here with us right now?
Hello?
Is that you? I keep seeing poking your head out around that corner. Can you whistle back? Who's the shadow man? Can you whistle back?
It sounds like
Shadow. Can you whistle back?
Please
Who's
go
the
left.
shadow man?
please go left again. Well, obviously we're gonna have to go left, but
Why do you want us to go left? What's down there? Bill? Are you down to the left? Shadow man? Why don't we go left? What's down there? Bill? Are you down to the left?
Me.
Shadow man?
meet. He wants to meet us down there.
That is it, me.
Remember how Tyler said, it kept saying like, come meet me.
Oh, I completely forgot about that shit.
Little creepy crawly thing? Are you down to the left? Is that you down there?
Okay, real quick. All right. Who's down there to the left? Can you? Can you give me your best? Scream!
$1900s.
Are you trying to scare us? Shit is so
I just heard a woman go.
freaked the fuck out.
Thank you for visiting.
You're welcome. I'm so freaked out.
Fucking freaked out. I'm really freaked out. I'm just gonna say it again. I'm freaked out. I'm really freaked out. People don't understand. Oh, dude, different. Oh my God, do you feel that right now? I'm not even kidding. Like up your arms. Something just came in here. Who just came in here? Can you show yourself? Or let us hear your voice?
Alright. Who's down there to the left? Can you give me your best? Scream! Who's down there to the left? Can you?
Go back. What the f, bro? Yo, actually, what is that? There's no way that actually just happened. There's
That's the
actually no
exact
way.
same sound that he was showing us earlier.
Can you give me your gun?
I want some here.
Are you trying to scare us?
Oh my god.
Hello? Hello?
Isaac,
I just saw.
That was too loud. That was too loud to be.
I could have sworn I saw it again. But this time it was like standing there.
Hello?
You dead? I'm telling you, that's exactly how I was feeling.
Oh my god, that gave me such a fright. What was that, bro? What did you just hear?
I thought I was hearing
footsteps are like.
I don't know. It honestly was just so loud that it caught me really off guard. And then I looked over and I f***ing saw it standing there.
Dude, I think I like actually almost shit my pants. I'm not even kidding. I f***ing jumped up and I think I might have shit my pants a little bit. Oh my god, bro, f*** this.
I don't want to be here anymore. Should we go to nurse's building or something?
Well, we gotta go to the left. We gotta see what the f*** just made
Dude,
that
that's
noise.
where I saw it.
We didn't even finish listening to this.
Damn it, dude.
And we have to address that scream also. It's like literally something. What? What?
I thought I saw someone standing there.
What? Standing where, bro?
In this room.
let me rest.
Shut the f up, dude. Wait, don't f with me.
Oh, I'm being serious. I thought I just saw someone standing in this room.
Dude, what the f? Why am I
Wait a
not?
minute. Really though?
Hello? You need to leave this property. I don't want to come with you.
Why am I go alone?
You have the pepper spray and shit?
Yeah.
Watch out witchcraft.
Dude, this thing's following us around here, bro.
Well, that's terrifying. I thought I saw someone standing in this room. You can't fucking stand in that room.
God, these are creepy rooms, bro. What's
How
up
did-
there to the left?
No.
What?
That's the stairs to the basement.
Shut up. No. Oh. Dude, shut the fuck up, bro.
Guys, look at this. There's no stairs right here. This is a hole down to the basement.
All right. Well, we got a lot more of the building to see. So we went to the left. We can't go down there. It's the basement.
Hello?
Calm.
It sounds like there's somebody upstairs too.
Oh my god.
What is that, man? Just changed in here. Hello? What was that? What was that? What was that? Ah! Oh my god, bro. Where did that come from? Hey! Hey, if there's somebody in here, we're gonna call the police. We have pepper spray.
Equal.
What the bro? I want to get out of this area. I'm not kidding. That sounded like somebody fucking like charging us, bro, or like somebody like running. Did it not? What the fuck? Like actually, what the bro? Hello?
It's time to talk.
Dude, why screaming? Oh my god, I thought someone was gonna kill us, bro.
I mean, we still don't know.
Need time.
Dude, I'm really scared, bro. up because I'm so scared, actually, bro.
Okay. Can we go?
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that child's scream we heard? Yeah, bro. All right, so we're both feeling a little bit. Something really crazy is actually happening right now. I was. So that chain of events, it sounded like something ran at us. That actually was the most, I think, afraid scream I've ever. Dude, I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack too.
Movement.
Oh my God, am I going crazy? Okay, that was the most afraid scream one of them that I've ever had. It sounded like something came running from this way towards us. There's like banging and movement all around, and I'm a big advocate for, if you don't like the way it feels, don't be around it too long. And something like right here feels like really bad. Like, to the point where we're like, really, dude, this is like a horror movie, bro. And to think about having to pack our shit up and walk all the way back to the front through all of this,
Blanche.
that's scary. But we have other buildings we're still gonna get to, so I think we're gonna pack it up for in here. And is there any last thing you want to do for us before we leave? I'm sorry that I screamed so much. Maybe that's what you wanted. I'm sorry I didn't mean to offend you.
Can you play music?
All right, bro. Let's get out of here. This is too much.
Whatever was in that hallway seemed curious about us. It seemed like it enjoyed interacting with us, but it also seemed like it was getting off on scaring us. It was really enjoying hearing our screams and doing little things to make us jump and freak out. I don't know if it feeds on that fear, if this is some sort of inhuman entity that was created, a conscious being through all the years, decades of suffering there. But it was freaky. I mean, it seemed like there was a good spirit, somebody who wanted to chat. It seemed like there was this other dark, evil energy that simply wanted us to be afraid. And little did I know that I was about to see something with my own two eyes that was going to change how I viewed the paranormal forever.
What happened?
No.
What happened?
No. I will. Nope. I will not step foot in this building again. No.
Really?
No.
What the f happened?
Oh my God, bro. I'm trying to rationalize that.
I think there's people over there too.
Hey!
There's no need for that, y'all. We just came out here. There's some people that were just about to go break into the building and they threw a bottle at us. It's a little f***ing weird. I'm still like, that didn't even faze me that someone just threw a bottle at us. I literally, oh my God, on every cell in my body, I was looking, we weren't even filming any of this. I was looking at the door, the hallway in front of us, and I literally saw, like, with my own eyes, it looked like a human hand went like this. Like, around the corner. It, like, I swear to you on every ounce of my integrity, I literally saw it. It literally was like this. And I'm still trying to... Wow, that was really f***ing scary, man. I'm like, that makes me want to never go into a building like this again. Because that was like, it was saying hi to us. Like, up and down my body while we were leaving, dude. So it's really hard to explain to people online, really to get you in the mindset of how we feel when we film these videos. But when you talk about something creepy, it's definitely, driving up to that nurse's building is one of the creepier moments I've ever experienced in my entire career. Cutting through the brush and those trees back into the pitch black area back there, and there's big abandoned buildings to your right, old trees and brush, things in the bushes, and you come out and there's that just gigantic nurse's building where the darker, scarier energy calls home. Keep in mind, the woods to the right is where Shannon felt something came and attacked her from, so the whole property is haunted. I mean, it had Connor and I so afraid that we literally sat in the car for probably 15 minutes, not wanting to look outside, saying, do we really have to do this? Like, we were really scared filming this video. There was something in the air that night. But we decided to go down anyways and head into the building, and that's when Connor started exhibiting some disturbing and frankly very concerning behavior. All right, so we have been filming for a couple hours now. I'm gonna, once we get to our second location, I'm gonna talk about what I just saw. But right now we are driving over to, oh my God, the nurses building where all of the nurses hung out. So she said to go in right here.
No, it's up a little bit
God damn, this is fucking creepy again, bro. So we're heading back right now to, oh my God, this is scary looking, to the old nurses' headquarters. Oh my God. This is, yeah, where, this is the building where she said she got attacked by the spirit. And in my opinion, this is actually way creepier than the other building. Oh God, bro. Dude, this, bro.
Here,
Oh.
go up and turn back around.
This is so spooky, man. Like, that is such an eerie visual, dude. Oh my God, I hate this. Like, is that not like just like the creepiest thing you've ever seen?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so she thinks that this area to the left is where there is some somewhat evil indigenous spirits.
Stop right here.
And yeah, this is supposed to just be one of those, this is her least favorite building that we're about to go into. I have to just say, I'm very, very creeped out by this. What just happened to me in the other room was that I was sitting there packing up the gear. I swear on everything, I've tried to rationalize this already and think about it, but I swear that I saw with my own two eyes, I thought it was a human being. I thought I saw somebody go, like, if this is the doorway right here, I saw a hand go like this. Like a full-on human hand. I've never seen something, never paranormal. I mean, I've seen shadows and I've seen some stuff, but that, it looked like there was somebody standing right there. And there was nobody there.
Well, I don't like that.
Me either. So, with that said, let's go into the evil building where she doesn't like to go and she gets attacked, and there are women spirits and nurses.
The feeling of driving over to the nurse's building. I don't know what it was, but a feeling of just anxiety and fear came over me. And I was dreading to go inside. Never felt like this before in a location. It had already started affecting me, but when I stepped foot in the door, it really started taking over. And filming videos like this is very dangerous. I mean, with how open these buildings are, without security, and you don't know who or what is going to be inside of these buildings waiting for you. But it was time to investigate the nurse's building.
All right, guys, so we are here right now at the nurse's building. Like I was saying in the car, this is the building that Shannon is afraid of and she doesn't like. Both Connor and I just have a really bad feeling right now. But we're gonna come do this anyways. We're
Put
gonna.
the light on and then.
It's fine. It's just a panel light. We're gonna walk around and see if we can hear anything, and then do an Estes in there. What's going on, dude? Alright guys, I'm gonna immediately run a DR60 in here. Alright. To whoever's in here with us, any nurses? Can you give us a sign that you're here?
Can you tell me who the spirit is that attacked Shannon in?
Who's here with us right now?
Did you used to work at the sanitarium?
What's your name?
Are you evil?
Okay, first of all, that was really creepy how that hit right when you said work here, and this is the nurses' building for the people who worked here. I can't tell if I'm hearing people having full-on conversations or the water dripping. All I know is like, dude, this is like, there's just like something in the air that's like really like wrong. It's so hard to explain to people online, but like, I can't remember the last time I was this like fucking scared during an investigation.
Alright, whoever's here with us, any nurses, can you give us a sign you're here? Alright, whoever's here with us, any nurses, can you give us a sign you're here? Can you tell me who that spirit is? Alright, whoever's here with us, any nurses, can you give us a sign you're here? Can you tell me who that spirit is that is black standing in it? Can you tell me who that spirit is that is black standing in it? Who's here with us right now? Do you still live and work at the sanitarium? What's your name? Are you evil?
Dude, I'm like, you want to talk about fear? This place is like, this place is really scary. It's like, I can't tell what the fuck we're hearing. I feel like I'm going crazy. But it doesn't feel like human energy. And it doesn't feel positive at all to me.
Not in the slightest bit. full conversations.
I know, so am I. All right. You're obviously here with us right now. You're making that thing light up. Can you make a noise in this room to let us know that you're here with us? Use your voice and say your name. Is there a nurse here with us? Did you work here?
No, I didn't.
So they didn't work here. Who would that be then?
Can you make a noise? Like, just say your name. Be careful what you wish for.
Don't rush off.
I'm getting a fucking splitting headache right now.
So, who's in here with us? Can you tell us something about yourself? You're not going to scare us.
It likes to hurt people.
What is it?
It's like there's someone walking up the hallway.
Teenager.
Is that a dog?
It sounded like a growl.
Eugene.
Eugene? Oh, dude, it's kind of like eugenics, bro.
Where are you?
I know you.
You said it likes to hurt people. You seem like a nice spirit. You need to remember, whatever it is, it needs to remember we're protected by the light of God. Can you tell us what it is?
Open.
What does that mean?
Gertrude.
This is Gertrude?
Brown hair.
Right now.
Me too. So Gertrude, you're a nice nurse, I'm going to take it. Can you show us somehow that you're in the room with us?
There's a curse.
I really don't feel good.
Vicky.
That was throw up.
Speak.
Do you want us to leave?
I mean, honestly, like, I can't explain it. I just, like, I don't know if it's spirits affecting me or what, but it was like out of nowhere. Like in the middle of the investigation, I start feeling kind of like strange. And now I keep like almost throwing up, like, I just don't feel safe.
Battery.
He said about
Cross. Mary.
All right. Whoever's here, you seem to be affecting the guy standing in front of me. Who are you? Who are you?
Shh.
Don't tell me to
He's coming.
Who's coming? It's been saying he's coming all night. I think it's just a scare tactic.
Lad. Smell.
Find the bodies.
Who's affecting Connor right now?
God, dude.
Who's affecting Connor? Please
I
tell
know
me.
things.
I've done it before.
What
You're
are
next.
you? No, you're not gonna get me.
Ugh.
Who is this? I don't feel like you're a human spirit. What are you?
Sit.
Just listen.
I'm listening, but you seem to be really, really negative and you affect people in here. What are you? You need to tell me what you are and why you're doing this to my friend.
I need it.
What do you need? Seriously, what do you need? In the name of God and everything holy, the name of our Creator, higher power, I demand you tell me who you are.
Fall. He doesn't like you.
Who's this he? Who is he?
Evil. Evil. It was a weird, deep voice. Evil.
Why are you affecting him like that? I don't like this for Connor. I'm gonna have to pull him out. What are you? What do you want? Why are you making him feel like this?
Oh, God.
Seriously.
Can you help?
I just asked what I can do to help you. What can I do?
Go now.
You just want us to leave?
I've been here 1,000 years.
So you're like an ancient evil.
Uh-huh. God.
Look, I'm here.
Okay, you're here. But who or what are you? You're an ancient evil? Do you not have a name? Dude, I feel like something's coming down the hallway.
I don't know about you, but I have this, like, really weird feeling about right here.
So the one thing we can do for you is to just leave. You just don't like that we're here talking to you.
I'm gonna get you.
I promise you're not going to get me.
Just watch.
This is your last chance to say something to us. What do you want to tell us? What's the point of hurting my friend? I'm just curious. Do you get energy from this? Do you enjoy it? Does it make you happy to hurt people? What is it?
Dude, that same thing that Shannon was talking about like feeling like super weak, that's what I'm feeling right now. Like someone's just like sucking the energy out of me.
This is your last chance to explain yourself.
I'm here.
Scream. Don't go down there.
Oh, no. No. Hey, loud noise. Yeah, come on, let's just go. What happened? Let's just go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, let me get outside. Get out.
This place is bad.
This Estes method had to be one of the most disturbing ones that I've ever done. I mean, just the feeling of sickness, it honestly felt like I was like suffocating while I was doing it. I mean, never really felt like that in my life, where like it was like a state of panic mixed with just like a very sick feeling. I could have stopped, but I really wanted to get answers for myself. Colin, this is not his fault. If I want to get out of the Estes method, I can do that on my own. Don't put this on him. I wanted the answers. And I feel like we really got them that night. But the scariest thing that happened to us all night was about to happen right when we left the building.
Hey everybody, it's Colin here. Thank you for watching today's video. Hello to all the new subscribers and hello to the rest of our beautiful, wonderful, spooky family. As you know, every single week here on the channel, we give away a free gift bag to one lucky viewer of the show. And this week, to enter the contest, all you have to do is like today's video, let's smash that like button, and comment, "That's insane," in the comment section below. I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds to do this now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So go comment. You can comment multiple times. It helps the video so much. But anyways, let's get back to today's video. Thank you for listening to my little spiel. I love you guys so much, and stay spooky. Hurry. Wait. It almost sounds like walking. You hear that? Oh, no. Dad, wait, do we got everything? Get. Here, take this, please take this. Please, take that. Fuck, that. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, dude? Let's just, dude. God damn it. You see? Where the fuck are we?
Wait, is it over?
Is this the right way? What the fuck was that, bro? It sounded like that was like a fucking
A fucking banshee.
Dude, what is that, bro? Wait, where the f are we?
Just go right.
Is this the correct way?
Yeah, go right.
Are you f***ing sure?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. F me, that's the gate, bro.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. Dude, no, it's not. We didn't come in through this way.
You sure?
No, it's the f***ing gate.
No,
This is
no, it's to the
Dude,
left.
it's not.
The gate's over. Let's get the fuck out
Bro.
of here, dude.
No, thank you. No. Okay, so everybody, we just heard a
What the?
God. Oh my God, that was the scariest f***ing moment of my f***ing life, dude. Oh, no. 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 Holy f that. Nope, I am f***ing getting the f out of here. That was a f***ing... Wait, where are we going?
I don't know. Just drive.
F me, dude. That was like... It sounded like a... Where the f did that come from?
That
Like,
sounds
seriously,
from,
bro.
The other building.
Me, you're fuck. That sounded like it came from... Okay, first...
Dude.
Wait, put your f***ing seatbelt on. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. I need to calm down a second. Oh my God, bro. I really hope we got everything. God damn it.
I think we did. We didn't bring much in there.
Oh my God. I don't even know where the f I'm going.
I think that's fine as long as we're out of it.
Oh my God, bro. That literally sounded like a fucking death scream. Like a... What was that? What? Okay.
Someone getting fucking murdered.
Like a woman screaming at the top of her fucking lungs, dude. Like, and it came from... I don't know where you heard it from, but I thought I fucking heard it from the fucking building itself.
Yeah.
Like the one we were just in. Like, is that where you heard it from?
I thought it came from the other building back there.
That. You mean the building that the guy lives in?
Yeah.
That Wyatt said
Yeah.
the dude fucking lives in? That, bro. That. No.
I'm never fucking coming back to this place, dude.
And it's straight up, dude, I'm fucking like speeding down the road, right? You still have the Estes goggles on. That's how scared we were. Oh my God, bro. What the f?
So, what happened? What happened in the basement?
Okay, so, sorry, I gotta connect this chain of events. So in the basement, we heard, you should turn that light on. In the basement, I heard, it started to say all this shit during, well, first of all, you were creeping me out with what you were saying during the Estes. And then all of a sudden, it started on the Spirit Talker. It said, like, I've been here 1,000 years. You need to go now. Run. Like, all this fucking, like, dark shit. And then you were saying at the same time, like, it was, like, making you vomit. Or, like, choke up. So I was getting, like, really nervous that it was, like, trying to fucking hurt you or hurt me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, in there, I was on the verge of throwing up.
I know. But to connect all of that, then on the fucking Spirit Talker, it fucking said scream at the very end, and I didn't think anything of it. And what happened is, so when I got you out, something fucking like made a noise in the hallway of dude, I can't even think right now. In the hallway, like it like sounded like somebody like threw something, or like something like broke, like something very, very loud. And that's when I went to go get you, and the whole time I was just saying, this is like, it's like really like bad. Whatever this is like bad. And the feeling was bad. And Jesus, I can't even think. And yeah, I got you out, and then like, what the fuck, bro? Like, actually though, I've probably said the F word like 50 times in the last 5 minutes. Bro, I've never been that scared, ever. I don't think, ever, bro. And I'm like, is this f***ing guy like following us behind us? I'm like tripped out that somebody was there. Like, I don't know what that was. I don't even know if that was paranormal or not, but that was like unbelievably scary.
If it wasn't paranormal, I feel like that's even freakier.
Oh my God, dude. What the hell was that? Oh my God, bro. I just really hope we got everything. Literally 5 minutes ago, dude, we were in the basement. We got out of there
so fast. And then I literally I thought I was gonna have a panic attack trying to get out from the goddamn gate.
Oh, what the f?
Oh my God, bro. Okay, this is Shannon.
Well, at least I know you're still alive.
Oh my God, Shannon, we
Barely.
literally just ran out of we were parked and we got in our car and sped out of there as fast as we could. This footage that you're gonna see is absolutely terrifying. I wanted to ask you, has anyone ever heard screaming by the nurses building?
I don't know, there's like weird stuff that happens all the time. And it's like different a lot. And I don't know about like physical screaming. It's possible. I mean, there's just, we hear stuff all the time. Like my kid heard, you know, the other, just like tonight, hears stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like when you interview me too, like when we're driving home, he's very good at like not saying stuff when someone's interviewing, unless, you know, but yeah, it's weird. It's just weird over there. It's a different vibe, I think.
Yeah. We're like unbelievably shaken. I don't think I've ever like fled a location so fast. We were standing outside of the car, and it was so loud. It sounded like it could have been a human being, like screaming, like ah, like from the building over, or that nurse. It almost was like the nurses area or the whatever the other building is right there. It was so scary.
It could have been probably someone who saw like your car or something, or either two, but
Well,
yeah, I hope.
Also, right before that, we were getting
or it was just something else.
some crazy stuff in the basement.
So I don't know. I wanted to call and tell you just in case someone got like murdered back there or something, because you.
Well, like remember they said the building way in the back. That's where everybody likes to party. But I mean, have you seen cars? Generally, you'll see like cars or something, or like around the area.
Yeah.
A lot of times they just literally park. They will park right in front of the gate and hang out, or they drive back there and park or something. But yeah, because of the weather and stuff, I don't like. You saw people that, you know, drive around there and everything. But
yeah, there were no cars back there. Then no flashlights, no noises except for that.
Because like I said, there's like drumming we'll hear back there. There's talking or something we've heard. Just random stuff, but anything else, like you probably would have seen some other kind of activity too if there were people back there, you know, like.
That's what I thought. I'm just like,
generally
we try to like debunk stuff, but there was nobody back there.
And we didn't really want to go investigate to find out either.
No, we literally like got in the car and sped. I was going like 80 miles an hour down the road. I was so freaked out.
I can tell you there's nothing else like around there either, so it's all woods back there. So you can't, there's and then so on the other side, the next available spot like from there is almost like it's a half a mile, a little bit more than a half a mile up the hill, which is the rest of like the orphanage and stuff like that. So, and it's like terrain. There's terrain back there, and if you go behind Pondview, it turns into very heavy terrain. People wouldn't be back there hanging out unless they're like actually in Pondview. But around that whole area in the woods and everything is not. Nobody would be back there for any reason. There's nothing to do, which is why we joke around about like how Tyler, like we hear so much stuff that Tyler and I wanted to go and camp out and, you know, see what was actually going on back there. There's growls, like, you know, there's this weird stuff.
So the next morning, I woke up. I mean, first of all, what the hell was that scream? What the hell was all of that? The night was just horrifying, it was terrifying. But that morning, the next morning, in our normal hotel, I woke up and I thought I was hearing something in the room. Now, I actually recorded my experience the next morning, so I'm going to play that clip for you now, but I hadn't experienced sleep paralysis in over a year and a half, and suddenly I was right back in the thick of it. Okay, I just want to make a short video and just state last night, it's now the day that we're leaving. We filmed last night at the Norwich Asylum, and I want to record this before I forget this. Last night, like early this morning, I had really, really bad dreams. Something like, it was a demon dream where something was like chasing us. I can't remember anything from the actual dream, except the fact that at one point we were watching Pirates of the Caribbean on the TV in my dream, and Jack Sparrow turned and looked at us and said, "Hey, Colin and Connor, I'm coming to get you," and then started laughing, and it was really creepy. But I had sleep paralysis this morning where I woke up and I thought I heard the maid banging on the hotel room door, like violently, like do 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 do, and they were yelling through the door, "Colin, Connor, come out here!" Do 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 do, like banging like that. And I was like, I remember thinking like, what the f? And I was awake, like kind of half awake, and this banging kept happening for like probably 30 seconds before I was able to say like, "Hey, we're in here." And I thought that I had like woken up, heard the banging, said that to the maid, and then fell asleep again. But according to Connor, I never even said anything, and the maid was never even banging on the door, right?
Yeah. That's freaky as shit.
Yeah, so that's a little bit creepy. I totally thought that the banging was real, and I had just imagined the voice, and I thought that I had woken up and screamed that. But none of that even happened in the first place. So I don't know if something followed us from the Freetown Forest, from Norwich Asylum, or what. But that's a very creepy side note to end this trip on. And I hope that whatever followed us or was trying to get through and causing me to have sleep paralysis stays here in Connecticut.
I don't want to follow us.
Well, to the airport we go.
Norwich is a place that I don't know if I will ever return to. I say don't know, but I don't know. This place is absolutely terrifying. And I mean, just the history of this place is so disturbing, with the experiments that they were doing on people and malpractice and mistreatment. I mean, it's really sad. But I mean, I've never really felt an energy that felt as dark and evil as I did in this place. I mean, it felt like what was there really did not want us there, and it was affecting us so much to get that point across.
So the Norwich Asylum. Now guys, this is a place that I'm already dying to revisit. There are so many buildings on that property that we didn't even get to touch, let alone step foot inside of. There's so much more history to explore. I mean, there's the man who hanged himself from the rafters in one of the buildings. There's all of the patient on patient, and you know, all the violence and assault that was happening there. There's just so much tragedy and despair and anger and turmoil and energy. I can't put a finger on a place that has had as much energy as Norwich has, that we've investigated in the last year or 2 years. I mean, the place is honestly just terrifying. You could give me no amount of money to spend the night in there alone either. I mean, that place is absolutely petrifying. And the evidence we captured, extremely compelling. It shows that there's something, in my opinion, something inhuman that's stalking those grounds. Now, something we run into is people saying, "Where's the demon on camera?" when we use titles like "demon caught on camera." What do you think like a demon is? Or we get all these questions. First of all, when we use the title "demon caught on camera,"
you shouldn't go into this video thinking you're going to see a little guy with horns running around on camera. That's not what we're alluding to. The demon caught on camera is the sum of all the evidence that we captured which points towards a demonic haunting. And that's what's crazy. A place like Norwich had all the signs that we consider to be something demonic. It won't tell us its name. It's physically affecting us. It's making Connor almost vomit. We're hearing inhuman screams at the very end, whether that was a real person or a ghost, we don't know. This thing's charging at us. It's crawling around on all fours on the ceilings. Like, this thing is not human. And with the amount of time that this place has been abandoned, who knows what kind of rituals or other sorts of things may have happened there. And who knows, maybe all this history, this terrible history, just combined this energy imprint to make this conscious, dark, demonic being. You see, to me, a demon is not a demon from the Bible, like with horns from hell. To me, a demon is a blanket term that can be used for what I like to call non-human negative energies. Energies that we know are not human, that we're interacting with, that you can feel are not human, that give you evidence that points to it not being human, that's conscious. Energies that like to scare you, to attack you, to steal your energy. And that's what this was at Norwich. I mean, terrifying activity through and through. But yeah, I'd love to go back in the future. Be sure to let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments section, because I personally thought this whole video was batshit insane from the moment we got there. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, stay spooky.
Hello.